On a beautiful Friday at Cardines Field, Gulls baseball is on the air. I'm Zach Letson getting you set for a 6:35 matchup between the Newport Gulls and the Mystic Schooners. It's a team that the Gulls saw less than 24 hours ago. The Schooners topped Newport 6-4 out at Fitch High School in the Shipyard last night. Newport had the tying run on second base in the ninth inning but fell just short. Tonight, Kevin Winterode's team gets Mystic in its home barn. Gulls and Schooners coming up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So the Gulls pregame show starts right now.
Doctors at University Orthopedics have been caring for the people of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts for more than 40 years. With the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, we train the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. We've built state-of-the-art facilities from Westerly to Mansfield. At our East Bay Surgery Center, we've performed thousands of surgeries, including same-day total joint replacements. We've grown through the years, but our goal has always been to get you and your next generation back to doing what you love to do. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Medeiros here alongside Grayson Moore, two-way star in Vanderbilt product. Let me start out by asking you about that, Grayson. Vanderbilt guy, your team's still alive in the NCAA tournament. How closely have you been following their success?
Oh yeah, I've been following them pretty good. You know, obviously I'd love to be there and be playing with them, but my heart's still with them, and I love them just as much. So I'm still following them, still rooting for them.
Yeah, and I mentioned you being a two-way guy. You're both a pitcher and a hitter. You do a little bit of both. You did a little bit of both on Wednesday's ball game. Tying that in with Vanderbilt, how important was it to you to go to a school that would allow you to continue to pursue both pitching and hitting?
Yeah, that was one of my main points in looking at a school that would really trust that they could help me work with both sides of the ball, and thankfully Vandy has been very, very good with me in that, and I'm just excited to be there. You know, they're very patient with me, and they work very hard with me, so I'm very thankful.
Yeah, and now you're here in Newport for the summer. How have you worked with this coaching staff in order to figure out a schedule that will allow you to continue to hit and pitch?
Yeah, well, this is our first week, so we're still kind of working through some things, but I think we're getting better. Working towards a little bit of more of a pitching schedule and an arm care program to save my arm with the hitting side of things, but it's going really well.
Yeah, and you started Wednesday's game in left field. You came in to pitch to close it out. First of all, how good did that feel to do that, and is that something that you're accustomed to?
Yeah, I did it a lot more in high school. I didn't do it so much in my freshman season of college, but it is something I am decently accustomed to, and it was very exciting.
Yeah, and nowadays there's a lot more two-way stars in the Major League Baseball. Obviously, you see Shohei Ohtani's the big guy doing it. Is there anybody that you've idolized, either former Major Leaguers or current Major Leaguers, that are two-way guys?
Maybe a little bit. I like Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, everybody. It's kind of hard to not like a guy like that. You know, I like the way he works with both sides and the focus he has with both sides of the ball. So I think that's really a respectful thing and following the footsteps of.
Well, that's excellent, guys. That's our Gulls Eye interview with Grayson Moore. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and the pregame show continues next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
It's the Broadcasters Roundtable here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Mystic Schooners broadcaster John Leuzzi and the Gulls field reporter Ryan Medeiros. And John, last night, matchup number 1 of 7 between these two teams. It was a thriller, 6-4. What went right for the Schooners last night, and what was such a close win?
Well, I think, Zach, the biggest thing was that the Schooners did what they needed to do when they had runners on in scoring position and on base path. And in that third inning, they scored 3 runs, and that really got the job and the offense going. Defense had a little bit of a hiccup, but they got themselves through it. But the offense clicking at big times for Coach Phil Orby's team.
And then for the Gulls, they fall for the first time in 2021, Ryan, last night. And playing the same team less than 24 hours later, had their opportunities and fell just short. How do they bounce back against their Southern Division rivals here tonight?
Well, John mentioned the Mystics defense having a hiccup. That was 3 errors for them. The Gulls had 5 errors last night. They're going to have to clean up some of that sloppy defense to keep runners off base if they want to have any hope of getting the second win here.
Gulls and Schooners coming up in just moments, but for now, the pregame show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's the Coach's Report. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Gulls hitting coach Ted Regan. Coach, you guys go up to Mystic last night, and you faced a really good arm on the other side. Rohan Honda, the pitcher for Mystic, who really did well, 10 strikeouts through the first 7 Gulls batters. How was that challenge different for your guys?
It shouldn't have been. We try to preach here to hunt the fastball, and we got a little intimidated by some of the firm stuff. We've seen as firm. We should have been a little bit better with the bats, but it was one of the things. He was good. We just didn't match up well.
Well, you guys scored 23 runs in the first 4 games of the season. Bats have had a lot of success outside a little bit of struggles yesterday, but have otherwise looked fantastic. What have you learned, and what have you been excited about with their lineup so far this season?
That they're paying attention. They're trying to get the instruction to take it to the field, which is the hardest thing to do. It's easy to say, hard to do, and they've been a good job of transferring it from what we've been preaching to taking it to their at-bats.
Well, I mentioned it last night, probably the most the Gulls have been challenged this season at the plate. You're facing the same team, the Mystics Schooners, less than 24 hours later. How do you bounce back against that team?
Just go back to what we do well. Nothing changes. Keep our same approach to what we're doing at the plate. Look for the fastball, handle the fastball, and drive a baseball, and swing the bats.
All right, well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Pre-game show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's the Front Office Report. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Gulls Director of Operations Mike Falcone. Mike, it's the end of the first full week back here at Cardines for games. How good has it felt just to be back here?
Oh, it's unworldly. I mean, there's no words even to describe it. The fact that we're back and to have fans in the ballpark, you can't beat it. Just seeing this caliber of baseball on a daily basis, extremely fun. I'll tell you that much.
Well, before the fog creeped in over the fence out in the outfield, we had an amazing crowd on Monday against the Valley Blue Sox and then again on Wednesday against the Keene Swamp Bats. What did you miss most about seeing a packed house here in Newport?
Oh, it's just the cheers, the in-between inning games where everybody's watching the kids run around, the oohs and ahs of it. You can't imagine it until you're down here. And there's just something about this ballpark, something about this fan base that you really can't beat.
Well, it's a big year. The 20th anniversary season was supposed to be last year. Now it's here this year. How is preparing for this season different as opposed to other years?
Well, just the waiting game was the biggest difference as opposed to any game and any season. You're always getting real busy in the springtime. People start thinking about baseball, but we didn't know what capacity was going to look like, what our schedule was going to look like. So more so than ever this year, it was just flicking a switch and kind of running with it, but we've pulled it off pretty well. We have a great group of interns, staff, the whole media and operations team. I mean, I can't thank everybody enough for their support.
Well, Mike, thanks so much for the time. Pre-game show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We welcome you into historic Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island for a Friday night matchup between the 2-1 Newport Gulls and the 3-1 Mystic Schooners. We'd like to welcome all of our listeners, whether you're listening on the streaming service on the NECBL Broadcast Network or on your view tonight on Friday night. It's the second straight matchup between Newport and Mystic after Mystic took a 6-4 victory on last night. We're so pleased to be joined by the Mystic Schooners broadcaster John Liuzzi and the Gulls field reporter Ryan Medeiros. And John, I'll start with you. This was an exciting game last night that really lived up to the billing. Newport had an opportunity at the end with a tying run in scoring position, but fell just short to Mystic last night.
Yeah, they fell real short right there, Zach. But for Mystic, we said it before we arrived to the field, they just took advantage of having the runners on the base path, and they weren't able to get it done in the second inning. They were able to get it done in the third, and they scored those 3 runs, and they eventually ended up being really big runs. But for the Newport, they have to clean it up a little bit on the defensive side. 5 errors compared to 3 from Mystic, but it was a really good pitching matchup between both teams, and we should see that here tonight.
Well, Both teams facing off again in less than 24 hours time. So, John, I'll toss it to you to kind of give us through the 9 that the Gulls will be seeing over on the Mystic side.
Yeah, the starting lineup for Coach Phil Orby, leading off number 24, Jerry Huntsinger. He's playing left field tonight. Hitting second, number 37, Addison Popak. He's at the hot corner, third base. Number 65, Chris Brito will be the designated hitter and hitting third. The cleanup hitter will be number 20, Barry Walsh, the right fielder for tonight. And newcomer, number 38, Joseph Carpenter, playing first base, hitting the fifth hole. Stanton Luther, number 16, the shortstop, hitting sixth. Hitting seventh, number 26, the catcher, Christian Policelli. Hitting eighth, number 19, the center fielder, Cole Zirkin. And in the ninth hole will be number 11, Sam Kirkpatrick at second base. And the Schooners are going to be throwing a right-handed starter, number 50, Joey Ryan from Boston College tonight.
So that the lineup for the Schooners. They come in with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss, a 6-4 victory over Newport a night ago, the first loss for Newport in the 2021 season. And let's give you the lineup for the hometown Gulls in front of a packed crowd here at historic Cardines Field with Newport wearing their Friday orange uniforms. They'll lead it off for the 4th time this season with the right fielder Sam Cochran batting second and playing second, the Fairfield product Justin Guerrera doing the DHing tonight after catching a night ago. It's Matt Wood for the Gulls. Peter Ceruto will be behind the backstop for Newport tonight, the Rutgers products. Grayson Moore, who DH'd last night for Newport, he plays in left field. Cal Perillo plays first base and hits right behind him. Hitting 7th for Newport, CJ Pizarro playing the hot corner. Hitting 8th for the Gulls, it's Connor Kiley. And rounding out the order, the new addition as of tonight, Spencer Smith. Well, John, we're getting ready for game time in what was an incredibly tight game between these two teams. What can we expect tonight? Because last night we saw Honda on the mound. He was excellent for the Mystic Schooners. How could things change tonight with Joey Ryan on the bump?
Well, it is Ryan's second outing of the season. The first time I'm going to be able to see him because in his first outing, I unfortunately had to go home for that weekend series against Bristol. He threw last Saturday. But, it's another hard thrower for Mystic, but it's really going to be the new show of this infield. You have Joseph Carpenter from University of Delaware playing first base, Gaddison Kopak going back to third base, and in the middle of the infield, similar to last night with Sam Kirkpatrick at second and Stanton Luther at shortstop, and Poselli going to be doing the catching. So this team has a lot of depth, and they're just trying to get the hitting going now, and also the defense, which needs to be cleaned up a little bit as well.
Well, the Gulls have taken the field here at Cardines Field. Let's give you Newport's defensive alignments. From left to right across the outfield, Grayson Moore from Vanderbilt, Connor Kiley in center field, and Sam Cochran leading off for the Gulls and playing in right field. Left to right across the infield, CJ Pizarro at third base, Spencer Smith, the new addition from Northeastern, at shortstop, Justin Guerrera at second base in his first game at Cardines Field this season, and Cal Perillo at first base. Peter Ceruto, the Rutgers catcher and the Newport Gull in both 2019 and 2021, the battery mate to Blake Mahmood, the starter tonight for the Gulls on the mound, the Tulane product, pitching in his second game this season for Newport. First start on the season. He pitched in Wednesday's exhibition game victory over the Keene Swamp Bats when 1 scoreless inning for Newport. Made 2 appearances this season with the Tulane Green Wave. Newport looking to bounce back after losing just a night ago. They come in at 2-1 on the season with wins on the road against Valley and at home against Valley this past Monday before dropping yesterday's game. And this is a stretch for Newport, an extended stretch. A game on Wednesday, a victory against Keene, a loss yesterday. They play tonight against the Mystic Schooners and have a packed road ahead. Games tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday for the Newport Gulls.
Meanwhile, for the Schooners, they have tonight here in Newport. Tomorrow they head back to the Shipyard as they will be hosting Valley. And then Sunday they play a game and a half against Martha's Vineyard. And I say game and a half because on opening day, the Sharks were at the Shipyard, and that game was suspended in the 7th inning due to fog. So they're going to have to finish that game up in Martha's Vineyard, and then they have to play the scheduled game already there on that day. But, this is a really deep team, and they're not the complete team yet, and we talked about that last night when the game is down at Mystic. The same thing, I'm sure, with you guys. You're coming in, having a lot of new faces coming in each day, and now they got to get ready for the game right now.
Just about ready for baseball. Hoping for the first 9-inning game at Cardines Field this season. We are 0 for 2. A rainout a week ago on Friday against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks, and a 6-inning contest on Monday against Valley where fog caused a shortened game. It was an 8-4 victory for Newport. First batter of the game is Jerry Hunsinger. Here's the first pitch from Mahmoud. Inside for ball 1.
Hunsinger, a all-star catcher from Seton Hall University this past year. He's going to Xavier now.
An all Big East first team selection this past season. Mahmoud sets, here's the pitch. Fastball just outside, and it's 2-0. Really a packed crowd at Cardines Field tonight on a beautiful night for baseball.
Feels like a sense of normalcy is coming back. A lot of people coming and showing up for America's pastime.
2 balls and no strikes. The righty set, here's the pitch from Mahmoud. Fastball chopped off of his leg and back behind home plate.
Looked like it got a piece of the home plate umpire there, right off the chest.
Hunsinger, in his second season with Mystic, played with the club in 2019, 33 games, and he was pretty darn good. 322 average with 19 RBIs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mahmoud's pitch. There's a curveball upstairs, bounces out of Ceruto's glove, 3-1. Before that, he played with the Albany Dutchmen of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League in the summer of 2018. A lot of summer ball experience for Hunsinger.
And he's going to continue that on, as he was just invited to the MLB Combine later this month over down at the USA Baseball Complex in North Carolina.
Here comes the 3-1. Fastball just gets the top part of the plate, and it's 3-2. Well, he started at the catcher position for Mystic a night ago, and now he's out in left fields. The classic left field catcher switch that you see all the time in the game of baseball, right?
Absolutely.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Mahmoud. It's a fastball upstairs, and he is walked. First base runner for Mystic comes on the first batter of the ball game, and the leadoff man is on for Addison Kopak.
Kopak moving up in the lineup today for Phil Orby. He had a great game yesterday, had a 2 RBI single. Eventually turned out to be a big 2 RBIs later in the game.
Kopak getting the start at third base tonight after Brito, the third baseman a night ago for the Schooners. Runner on first is Hunsinger. Here's the first pitch from Mahmoud. It's inside for ball number 1. Well, yeah, Kopak, a big night a night ago. 2 for 3, a pair of RBIs and a walk. He's got 4 hits already in the young season with the Schooners. He knows this ballpark pretty well, too. Played in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League a summer ago when there was no NECBL. 1-0. Fastball just too high. It's 2-0.
Looks like the ball is coming in pretty hard there from Mahmoud. It's just a little same thing with his consistency in finding his placement. Just by a hair, like a centimeter off from being a strike.
Righty sets again. Now he delivers. It's a pitch that just catches the outside part of the plate, and Mahmoud has a strike. It's 2-1. A 269 average this past season with the University of Rhode Island Rams. He is a two-way player. Made 6 appearances on the bump. Now Mahmoud will step off the mound. Newport has a two-way player of their own. Used both ways. Grayson Moore, tonight's left fielder for Newport. Started in left and finished on the mound in Wednesday's exhibition win. 2-1 as Hunsinger goes. Is in there for a strike throw down from Ceruto. Is not in time. Good throw from Peter Ceruto, but a better jump from Hunsinger on a changeup. And a stolen base for Mystic here in the first with still nobody out.
Hunsinger had 24 stolen bases this season for Seton Hall, and you might ask yourself, catcher having speed? Yeah, he does, and that's one of the things that he's going to be able to use a part of his skill set, and might even draw a couple MLB scouts to look at his game like that way.
Well, I think I would ask that. Certainly not something that you see every day with a catcher.
I know I wasn't stealing when I was playing catcher back in the day.
2 balls and 2 strikes. With the runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Fastball just too far outside. Ceruto tried the frame, but it didn't catch the zone. For the second straight batter to start this ball game, a payoff pitch coming from the righty Blake Mahmoud. Here it comes as Hunsinger goes to third. Hit back to the screen.
Liking the aggression so far from this Mystic lineup. They're very disciplined so far inside the plate, inside the box, but they're aggressive on the base pass, and they're going to need to do that here tonight against a good Newport team.
3 balls and 2 strikes again as Hunsinger returns to second base. No score early on between Newport and Mystic, but the Schooners threatening. We'll look over to second base again. Neither team scored until the 3rd inning last night. It was a 3 spot that Mystic had that helped them get a victory. Here comes another payoff pitch. Fastball hit hard into left field for a base hit. It's going to go all the way past Moore and near the wall. One run scores for the Schooners as Kopak is in a second with a double. Addison Kopak, he is familiar with Cardines Field, and he gets a big base hit on his first plate appearance of the night, and it's 1-0 Schooners.
And that's a really nice piece of hitting there by Kopak. Nice hit and run called there by Mystic, but Kopak just made contact on it, and it was an absolute drill. He hammered that right into left field. It looked like he might have been out at second base with no slide, but he got the foot in there, and that's a good start for the Schooners here in the 1st inning.
A little risky was the run in, but able to get in before the Gulls second baseman Justin Guerrero could apply the tag. Here's the 3-hitter Chris Brito. Looks at a fastball down low for ball 1.
Yeah, you mentioned Grayson Moore being a two-way player playing out there in left field today. That's a great throw-in by him, showcasing that arm that he uses on the mound.
Ball hit well by Kopak, nearly rolled all the way to the wall. Big lead off second for Kopak as Brito takes another pitch out of the zone. It's 2-0. A mound visit for the Gulls as Ceruto goes out to talk to his righty Mahmoud.
You just have to think they're just trying to calm him down right now and just try to get back into the rhythm of things on his own. But Brito, even though this is his second game here with the Schooners, he is a very worrisome hitter for a pitcher to go against.
Very worrisome indeed. An all Big Ten third-team selection this year for Rutgers University. The pitch. Fastball this time it catches the zone, and it's 2-1. He was also a collegiate baseball national player of the week. What a week it was for him. Came against Maryland, who made the NCAA tournament this season. 8 for 13 with 3 home runs.
You know, that field at Maryland ain't cheap to hit a home run over there right down on the hill in College Park. So, and he was actually talking about that with one of the Maryland players on the Schooners yesterday in the dugout.
A lot of pop. And he looks at another pitch outside. Once again, good hitters count for Brito. It's 3-1.
Another player on this Mystic team drawing some attention from MLB scouts.
Runner in scoring position is Addison Kopak. He doubled in the first run of this ball game, Jerry Hunsinger. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here it comes. Fastball hit hard the other way into right field. Going to bounce in front of Cochran for a base hit as Kopak is in to score, as this ball is going to roll all the way near the corner. And Brito will trot into second. Another run for the Schooners. Quite possibly a single and an error as we get official word here at Cardines Field from our scorer, Michael Garman.
Yeah, you know, just an error there in the corner. From our vantage point, we can't really see it because of the office building right there. But good piece of hitting again by Brito. Looks like he cracked his bat there on the swing, but he just got over the first baseman Perillo to go into the corner.
So Brito trades positions with Addison Kopak on second base, and still no outs in the top of the first. Here's Barry Walsh. Looks at a first pitch pass ball outside. This is a guy that did some damage for the Mystic Schooners. 4 hits a night ago, 4 for 5. He opened up the scoring with an RBI double. Far and away the most hits on the Schooners team with 10 so far this season.
Hitting .556 on the season as well.
1-0 is fouled back to the netting. I'd say that's a pretty good average.
Yeah, just especially, you know, coming into the season, first glimpse of what the NECBL is, and You have already a home run, you got a couple RBI doubles, and you're finding yourself here in the 4-hole.
The Boston College products playing right field tonight for Mystic. 1-1. Breaking ball just outside. And it's 2-1, another Schooners hitter ahead.
Something that I'm impressed, and I remember saying this last night on our broadcast, that Walsh's approach at the plate is very, very smart and just really admiring of how just consistent he is and working the counts.
2-1 coming. Breaking ball, he swings and misses at, and it's 2-2.
Really nice breaking ball there.
Mahmoud still looking for the first down of the inning. A walk by Jerry Hunsinger, a double for Madison Kopak, and a single from Chris Brito. Has 2 Mystic runs on the board. Here comes the 2-2. Just misses outside. And the count, once again, third batter out of 4 batters today. The count has run full. Just 20 at-bats this season for the Sterling, Massachusetts native Walsh. 4 for 20, 6 for 26 across 2 seasons. But again, another two-way player. Made 4 appearances on the mound for the Boston College Eagles. Here comes a payoff pitch. Fastball, tried to hold up his swing. He could not, and he's out on strikes. Ceruto applies the tag, and there's the first out for the Gulls in the top of the first.
They got him going there again on the off-speed pitch. Walsh wasn't able to time it up, and it leads to the first strikeout of the night for Mahmoud.
Number 38, Joseph Carpenter.
So 1 down for Mystic in the top of the first, and it's Joseph Carpenter, a batter that Newport did not see a night ago.
He was originally in the starting lineup last night, but due to arriving to the field literally on time for the game, Coach Orby decided to have him sit the game and play tonight.
Nice pick from Ceruto on the ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Out of the University of Delaware is Carpenter and Cornwall, Pennsylvania. Ended his season with hits in 16 of his last 17 games, of which he registered an at-bat. Been a pretty good hitter for Delaware in his time. There. 1-0. Another pitch outside and close to the dirt, and Ceruto, another nice play to keep Brito at second.
Finished 5th on the team for the Blue Hens this season in hitting .435. So I would say that's pretty consistent and a pretty productive hitter here for Carpenter.
Runner on second is Brito after he singled and advanced on an error. Here comes the 2-0. It's another pitch outside, and Carpenter's ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Just as the Schooners did a night ago, staying patient at the plate and getting ahead of Gulls pitchers. 3-0 pitch. Fastball right down the middle, and it's 3-1. Well, he was a freshman All-American named by Collegiate Baseball in the 2019 season. The CAA Rookie of the Year after a fantastic year. He hit 354 games. Looks at a pitch just outside out of the arm of Mahmoud. And the Schooners have their second walk of the ball game and a second base runner on here in the top of the first with still just 1 out.
Yeah, you know, good piece of hitting there again, and that's something that I feel like I keep on saying, and I apologize for the repetition in it. But the Schooners are being very disciplined at the plate, and has led to these 2 runs here in this inning. And you got 2 runners now on with 1 down, and you have a set Stan Luthner, the shortstop, coming up, and Luthner has had a couple hits so far this season. He was 0 for 4 last night with a walk, but he's able to put contact to the ball when he's able to make it.
I made a couple nice plays in the field a night ago, as pitching coach Greg Zackerson has made his way out to the mound, and home plate umpire William Bowers will now make his way out there. Tonight's umpires, William Bowers calling balls and strikes, Paul McKean and Tyler Bullock also out in the field here at Cardines Field. As this maybe just looks like a chat, as Mahmoud will stay in the ball game for Newport.
Entering the second week of the NECBL season, the Schooners were 2nd in the league in hits with 33, 2nd in the league in RBIs, 23, and they were the #1 team hitting offense at 327.
They've shown it so far. A pair of hits, a pair of walks. for Mystic. Looking for more. Mahmoud looking for a double play ball. Brito on second and Carpenter at first. The pitch. Fastball just low. And Luthner is ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Luthner, the shortstop out of Stony Brook in Providence, New Jersey. Did not have a hit last night against these Gulls. Looks out a pitch down near the dirt, and he's ahead 2-0.
And Mahmoud just continuing to miss his pitch and his place right now.
And Mystic hitters continuing to get out ahead. 2 balls and no strikes to the Mystics shortstop. There's a strike on a fastball right down the chute. It's 2-1. 3 hits on the season for Luthner. He'd love a 4th one right now. 2 runners on for Mystic in the top of the first with already 2 across. As now Mahmoud may have Brito caught out in between second and third. He throws it over to Guerrera, who applies the tag, and he's out, and now they may have the runner hung up at first, but the throw is over the head of Perillo. And now the runner Carpenter slides down to second base. And what is the ruling?
I'm not exactly sure what it would be.
Was he obstructed on his way into sliding into second? Because the throw was over the head of Perillo, and as Carpenter ran down to second base, the throw, well, a little bit of confusion. It looks like Carpenter will remain at second base. 1 more out for the Gulls as Chris Brito is caught in a pickle, and he trade spots with Carpenter now at second base with 2 outs.
Still a runner in scoring position for Mystic, but that mishap on the base running by Chris Brito there.
Newport nearly had an opportunity for a double play on the base paths. 2-1 is a fastball away, and another big hitters count for Mystic. It's 3-1 to Stanton Luthner. .274 average with the Seawolves this past season. 3-1. Fastball just dots the outside part of the plate, and the count once again has run full. From 2 runners to now 1 runner on the base paths. Carpenter out at second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch outside for ball 4. So Mahmoud issues his 3rd walk here in just the top of the first inning. And Mystic gets that base runner right back.
They do, and they could have had bases loaded with 1 down with Christian Policelli, a power hitter for the Schooners. Seen himself in the lower half of the lineup right now in the past 2 games, but still another opportunity to get runs on and in with runners in scoring position.
Up to 35 pitches here in the top of the first inning is Mahmoud. First pitch to Christian Policelli is a strike on the outside part. The catcher from the Naval Academy, Policelli. He was out in left field last night for Mystic and switches spots with Jerry Hunsinger at the top of the lineup. Couple of shifts for both of these teams, less than 24 hours after they last played. What a game it was. 0-1. Breaking ball that he foul tips back to the fence. 6-4 Mystic winners in game 1 of 7 this season between these 2 teams. And Newport had an opportunity down 4 runs in the 7th inning, cut it to 2, and had the tying run on second on the game's final out. 1 more strike for Mahmoud to get out of the jam. Breaking ball down low, and it's 1-2.
Policelli was just trying to get himself back into this count. He fell in the count 0-2, now 1-2, but
looking for 1 more strike with 2 runners on for Mystic. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball hit softly to the shortstop, Spencer Smith. Fires it over to first in time, and the inning is over. So the Schooners get on the board first here in the top of the first inning with 2 runs. Now we head to the home half of the first here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
I was going to say, oh yeah.
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England. Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank, with you in banking and life.
To the home half of the first we go. Here at historic Cardines Field. 2 runs on the board for Mystic in the top half of this inning at a packed Cardines Field. Oh, we missed this sight. Fans everywhere here at historic Cardines Field with the Mystic Schooners taking for the first time. Let's view Mystics from left to right across the outfield. Hunsinger in left, Durkin in center, and Walsh in right. The same outfield from the same players rather from a night ago. Left to right across the infield. Addison Kopak at third base. He had the double in the top of this inning. Stanton Luthner at shortstop. Kirkpatrick at second base. And the first baseman Joseph Carpenter. Catcher behind the plate, Policelli, after playing in left field a night ago. And Joey Ryan, the BC product, gets the start on the mound tonight for Boston College.
Got ourselves a little traffic jam in front of us inside here in the booth. But I think all fans will take it. You feel good, like you said, when we came back.
We haven't had this problem in a long time.
Yeah, haven't had it, so I think they'll take it.
Absolutely. First batter of the game for Newport is Sam Cochran, the right fielder for the Gulls, who has started every game in the leadoff position. Chops the first pitch down the right field line and foul.
Cochran went 1 for 5 last night in Mystic with 2 strikeouts.
1 for 5 yesterday, 2 for 4 with a 2 RBI double in Wednesday's exhibition victory against the Swamp Bats. Not just a 7-inning contest. Newport came out on top 8-2. Cochran looks at a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. He last played college baseball in 2020 with Eckerd College. Has since transferred to the College of Charleston. Chops it foul once again. And has quite a lot of experience in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. 2 seasons with the Winnipesaukee Muskrats in 2019 and 2018. And an outstanding year in 19 when he led the team in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. Looks at a pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike number 3. So Cochran goes down looking for the first Gulls batter of this ball game, 1 away in the first.
Good start here by Ryan on the mound. Really nice placement there, called by Christian Policelli, the catcher from Mystic, right down on the outside corner.
First at bat for the new Newport Gulls, Justin Guerrera. We had him up in the booth here on Wednesday night. Now he's at the plate for the Gulls for the first time. Looks at a first pitch strike. He made his Gulls debut a night ago for Newport. 1 for 5. And scored Newport's first run on an error. That came in the 4th inning. Looks out a breaking ball in the top part of the plate. Joey Ryan is not missing his spots, and it's 0-2.
That's a really good start here. Just continuing staying with the game plan and attacking early.
Working quickly. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. Joey Ryan looking comfortable out on the mound. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first.
Ryan this year with Boston College, 24.1 innings, 8.14 ERA. Gave up 34 hits, 24 runs, 22 of those were earned.
2 up and 2 down for the BC products. Matt Wood will look to change that for the Gulls in the designated hitter spot tonight. Wood caught last night for Newport and has been moving back and forth with Peter Cerruto, who stands on deck between the catcher and the DH spots. Something you'd likely continue to see. As Wood shoots this out into left field, the left fielder Hunsinger camps under it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. 3 up and 3 down for Joey Ryan in the bottom of the first, and Mystic still holds a 2-0 lead over the Gulls as we go to the 2nd right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
To the top of the 2nd we go at Cardines Field. 2-0 Mystic over Newport in the first Friday game of the season for these Gulls. First batter of the day is Cole Durkin, of the inning rather, and he looks at a first pitch ball outside.
Durkin went 1 for 4 last night with 1 RBI, 1 strikeout.
7 batters came to the plate for Mystic in the top of the first. Big swing and a miss from Durkin. And it's 1-1.
Durkin really taking time in center field and replacing the original starting center fielder for Mystic, Brendan Cumming. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury the past few days, but so Durkin getting the start.
1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball just outside. 7 batters to the plate for Mystic in the first inning. 3 walks, a single and a double. And all 2 runs on the board for the Mystic Schooners. 2-1. Fastball chopped right side, fielded by Guerrera. Over to first, in time, and there's 1 away.
And Mahmoud will take that nice, quick, easy first out of the inning. Trying to build some confidence off of that. He did enter the inning with 39 pitches on his pitch count.
Schooners made him work in the first inning. A nice easy out to start things in the second. It's the 9-hitter Sam Kirkpatrick before the lineup card turns over for the Schooners. Comes the first pitch from Mahmood. Fastball upstairs. It's 1-0.
Kirkpatrick, the traditional 9-hole hitter for the Schooners this season. College of the Holy Cross second baseman.
From Franklin, Tennessee. 4 hits in his first 3 games with the team. Looks at a fastball that catches the black on the outside part. It's 1-1. 252 average with a homer and 19 RBIs with the Crusaders this past season. Breaking ball, chops softly and foul.
Just got a little ahead on that one by a hair. See if he throws it again.
Mahmood getting ahead of hitters after Mystic was able to do the opposite in the first inning. 45 pitches across for the Tulane righty on the bump.
Seeing him settling now here in the second inning.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Breaking ball comes in too high and tight. It's 2-2.
Lost the release on that one just by a little hair to even count now.
Mahmood pitched Wednesday for the Gulls. That was the first time that he had pitched since making 2 appearances this past season with Tulane. As the 2-2 is hit high in the air and out of play near the fire station.
I don't know about you, Zach, but if I'm driving down the road that's right next door and a ball comes out, I might not be a happy camper. But
can be a little risky behind there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty cool setting here at Cardinals Field, just literally on a corner of a street here in Newport,
in the heart of the city. 2-2. Fastball on the lower part of the plate for strike 3. Blake Mahmood with strikeout number 2 on the night. And just like that, there's 2 away.
Yeah, nice piece of pitching right there. Kirkpatrick didn't agree with it there. He thought it might have been a little too low. But he heads back, and with Hunsinger coming up now.
2 up and 2 down in the top of the second inning. And the top of the order for these Mystic Schooners, it's Jerry Hunsinger. He began this game with a base on balls. And his first pitch taking on a pitch that gets the outside part. 0-1.
Nice off-speed pitch. He's thrown some really nice off-speed pitches when they hit the spot and inside from the release, and Schooners just can't hit it. They just see it and they tip the hat.
0-1 is a fastball hit back to the netting. Quickly 0-2. Well, there's the difference. Getting out ahead of hitters, as opposed to falling behind in what Mystic did in the first inning when they drew 3 walks, 1 from Hunsinger. A lot more comfortable here in the second frame is Mahmood. 51 pitches in. Ready with the 0-2. Pitch upstairs, and it's 1-2. Hunsinger last played for Seton Hall, but just like Cochran, transferring. He'll be playing at Xavier a year from now. 0 for 3 last night with 2 walks. Another walk tonight. 3 walks across a game and change against the Newport Gulls. It's the 1-2 high in the air and out of play again.
Got ahead of that one just by it, and you saw from just a level of a swing.
The senior using his extra year of eligibility next year out of Staten Island, New York. Behind 1-2 to Blake Mahmood with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Here it comes. Fastball shot high in the air into deep left field as Moore racing back near the fence, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired in the top of the second. 1-2-3 go the Schooners in the top half of the second inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second in a 2-0 ball game here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Future, secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958, and advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Back for the bottom of the second at Cardines Field. 2-0 Mystic on top of Newport. Goals went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. 4, 5, and 6 hitters to start this inning off. Begins with a Rutgers catcher, Peter Cerruto. Joey Ryan remaining in the game, and he throws a first pitch fastball that's hit back to the screen.
Cerruto, a 2018 MLB draft pick in the 22nd round by the Cincinnati Reds.
He's been fantastic for the Gulls both in 2019 and this season. Player of the game on Monday. Rips a breaking ball deep into center field, sending the center fielder Jerkin back to the wall, and it bounces off the wall. Cerruto rounds first and heads to second with a stand-up double. Flapping the wings at second base, and Newport has their first hit of the night.
Yeah, Durkin thought it looked like he had it there on the re, but he didn't see how much room he had left of the fence, so he ran into it, leading to the stand-up double by Cerruto. But really nice piece of hitting into the deepest part of the ballpark.
Very reminiscent of what we saw on Monday. Cerruto had a double out to a very similar part of the park, and it scored 2 runs for the Gulls. And exactly how you'd like to start things if you're Kevin Winroad and company in the bottom of the second. Now the 5-hitter, Grayson Moore, will look to drive him in. Moore, the left fielder today for the Gulls. Pitch. Just outside.
We'll see how Ryan handles with the runner on base and the runner also in scoring position now for the first time this evening.
Hit cleanup yesterday, hits 5th today for Newport, does more. Looks at a fastball down low, and it's 2-0. 1 for 5 to start off the season with the Gulls. Started in left field and finished the game on the mound for Newport on Wednesday in their 8-2 exhibition victory over the Keene Swamp Bats. 2-0 is outside, and Moore's ahead 3-0.
Now Ryan's finding himself in a little bit of hole here, losing his command and his spot. He trails his count 3-0.
The Vanderbilt Commodore ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Here it comes. Get me over fastball. Now it's 3-1. Moore played for the Sanford River Cats last summer. Now a Newport Gull. Has played in every game since game number 2 of the season. 3-1. Big cut and a miss on an off-speed stuff, and the counts run full. Moore reached base 3 times in the last game that counted here at Cardines Field on Monday against Valley. Went 1 for 2. Payoff pitch. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again. Well, after the Schooners worked some fantastic at-bats in the first inning, Now Newport doing the same in the bottom of this inning.
That's why we had such a great game last night. Both teams are just responding back and forth. The top two teams in the league on offense standpoint coming into the season, coming into this week.
Ceruto with a lead off of second. Payoff pitch. Fastball outside for ball 4. And the Gulls may have a rally going in the bottom of the second with the first 2 runners on base. Moore earns Newport's first walk of the night, and now it's Cal Perillo, the Rhode Island College first baseman for these Gulls. Has had a strong start to the season. 4 hits in the team's first 3 games, including a 3-for-5 night on opening night. Drives the first pitch he sees into left field for a base hit. Ceruto will get the stop sign from Coach Winterode at third base, and Newport has the bags loaded with nobody out in the second.
They just hit it right into the open gap, and within this a little bit of a shift, but hit it right into left field. Wheels the bases now here, but something's rolling here.
Hit number 5 already for Perillo. What an opportunity for Newport. Base is full, tying run on second base. As you see the replay of all that split, the third baseman Kopak and the shortstop Luthner. CJ Pitaro with the biggest hit out of the ball game here thus far. Looks at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Pitaro has started every game at the hot corner so far for Newport this season.
Other than Kopak, who's playing literally standing right on top of the grass, infield playing back for the Schooners here.
The pitch is high and tight, 1-1. 0 for 2 last night, but he did reach on an error and scored one of Newport's 2 runs in the 7th inning. Newport finished the game with 4 runs across. Chopper on the right side as Kirkpatrick tries to fire it out. Now he fires it over the head of the shortstop Luther, and it rolls into right field. 2 runs are gonna score. And the Gulls have tied this game in the second. It's 2 apiece.
Yeah, that's an E4 there. Kirkpatrick calling for it. I'm not exactly sure why. He should have just, in that situation, he should have just had an obvious throw, but Coach Orby coming out to
an error by the second baseman, Sam Kirkpatrick, on the attempted throw out of Cal Perillo brings in 2 for Newport. And this game is all knotted up at 2 apiece. 4 batters have come to the plate for the Gulls this inning. All 4 have reached.
And coming into the week, and we said it yesterday, one thing that this Mystic staff wanted to see improve from week 1 was their defense, and it's paying up right now there with a big error here in the bottom of the second. Gives up 2 runs there on what should have been an easy routine double play.
We'll give kudos to Cal Perillo there with the base running. For a big guy, he made a nifty move to avoid that tag and force the errant throw into center field.
So instead of taking the potential sure out at first base, Kirkpatrick opted for the attempt at second, and it went into left field. 2 runs across for Newport and looking for more. Connor Kiley, the batter for the Gulls. Hitting 8th and playing in center, with runners at first and third. The first pitch. He drives into left field. On a line, it'll be caught by the left fielder, Hunsinger. Tagging from third is Perillo. The throw is offline. And the Gulls have their first lead of the night. It's 3-2.
The throw was off there by Hunsinger to Policelli at home plate. Easy for Perillo to just tag it and come on in.
A sacrifice fly for Connor Kiley. He does it again. 2 hits last night for the center fielder. And a first at bat as a Newport Gull coming up for the Northeastern shortstop, Spencer Smith. With 2 down in the bottom of the second, 3 across for Newport. First pitch from Smith that he sees is lined into center field, and a diving catch from Durkin makes the play for the second out. What a play.
Really nice defensive play there by Durkin. Read that perfectly off the bat there by Smith. Came up big.
The second out of the inning for Mystic. A huge play. And the lineup card turns over. Top of the order for Newport, it's Sam Cochran. Cochran struck out looking in Newport's first at-bat of this ball game. Looking for his first hit of the night. 1 for 5 a night ago on the road against the Schooners. Runner on first is C.J. Pitaro. He reached on the error that helped Newport get back into this game. An error by the second baseman, Kirkpatrick, scored 2 runs for the Gulls. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Cochran. Here it comes. Fastball launched into the gap into left center field. This ball's going to get down as Pitaro makes the turn around second, heading for third, and Cochran slides in safely to second. Sam Cochran now flapping his wings, and the inning and the rally still alive for Newport in the second.
Rally still alive there. Good piece of hitting there by Cochran. Advanced there the second on the throw, and he took advantage of Hunsinger just taking his time of throwing the ball in, and that's heads-up base run in there by the Gulls.
The 7th batter of the inning was Cochran. Now stands at second base. And the dangerous hitter, Justin Guerrera, with an opportunity to tack on some insurance runs for the Gulls here in the second inning. Launches a pitch to third base. What a catch by Kopak. He snow-coned it in the air and saved a pair of Gulls runs. Newport gets 3 in the bottom of the second. It's now 3-2 Gulls over the Schooners as we head to the third here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
How many times can I say, oh yeah?
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England.
Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank, with you in banking and life.
Back here at historic Hardings Field after the Gulls take their first lead of the night. 3-2 Newport over Mystic as we head to the top of the third inning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the NECBL Broadcast Network and on Your View. Zach Letson joined alongside the broadcaster for the Mystic Schooners, John Liuzzi, and the Newport Gulls field reporter, Ryan Medeiros. Blake Mahmood out for his third inning of work, and he faces the third baseman, Addison Kopak, to start things off. Kopak made an outstanding play at third base. Otherwise, this would be a 5-2 ball game.
Yeah, really big play there by Kopak in the bottom half of the second. Now he's up at the plate, his team down. He's trying to get on base to tie this game.
No balls in one, strike the count. Went from a fastball to a breaking ball. Works the same for Mahmood. There's 2 strikes.
Yeah, nice piece of pitching again. It just got Kopak off balance. Mahmood's really settled in here very nicely after that first inning.
Fastball cut on and missed for strike 3. Ball in the dirt, so Ceruto will fire it down to first in time. Settling in very nicely. That's 5 straight retired from Mahmood. Strikeout number 3 for the Tulane righty, and there's 1 away.
Designated hitter, number 65.
It's the second at bat for the designated hitter, Chris Brito. Started last night at third base, and tonight DHs for the Schooners. Looks at a first pitch outside of the zone for ball one.
Brito talking a little bit with Ceruto, the catcher for the Gulls, both teammates at Rutgers. So Ceruto's going to know where Brito likes to hit it at, and so use that as to an advantage. Maybe not, maybe a disadvantage for Brito.
1-0 coming. Fastball skips in the dirt. Brito, a hit in the first inning, 0 for 3 last night, but was aboard twice on 2 walks. Hit .302 this year with Rutgers. Just upstairs, and Brito is ahead now, 3-0. 10 long balls and 43 RBIs for the Amboy, New Jersey native. Impressive stats. Now in his second game with Mystic. Looks at a fastball, just catches the outside part. And Mahmoud has a strike, it's 3-1.
Brito had the take sign there. Now he'll get back in looking for his pitch.
(3-1) is upstairs from Mahmoud, and walk number 4 today for Mystic. They have a base runner on here in the third.
And a perfect time for a hitter for the Schooners when they're going to need an RBI to come out of is Barry Walsh. He had a 2 RBIs yesterday after going 4 for 5.
Walsh struck out in his first appearance tonight, but you mentioned it, a huge night, the player of the game, and what was a fantastic way to open the season series between these two Southern Division rivals. A big leadoff first for Brito. First pitch from Mahmoud. In the dirt, good stop from Ceruto. Walsh, the outfielder from Boston College. 10 for 19 to start his Mystic season. Absolutely ridiculous. One of the 3 Mystic home runs this year as well. Made appearances at the plate and on the mound for the Boston College Eagles in his time there. 1 out and a runner on for Mystic in the top of the third. Fastball that catches the top part of the plate, and the count is even at 1-1.
A little bit of high of a strike there called by the home plate umpire to even the count.
3-2 Newport on top of the Schooners after 3 Newport runs in the bottom of the second. There's a pitch in there for a strike on a fastball. And Mahmoud ahead of Walsh, 1-2. 3 strikeouts tonight, including a swinging strikeout of the man at the plate right now, Barry Walsh. Mahmoud looking for another. This pitch skips in the dirt, and again, another good stop from the Gulls catcher and Rutgers catcher, Peter Ceruto.
Yeah, really nice stop there to keep it right in front of him. Didn't look like Brito was ready to go, but he did take his secondary there when the ball hit the dirt.
Ceruto gets the nod as the backstop tonight after Wood did so last night against Mystic on the road. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball hit back to the fence. Good at bat from Walsh so far. Mystic started this game off with 2 runs in the top of the first inning. They got to Mahmoud right away, sent 7 batters to the plate. 3 walks, a double, and a single. And Newport has answered with 3 in the bottom half of the second. Pitch is out and away. And another full count.
Nice job here by Walsh to even fill the count at 3-2, but it just goes back to that he's a very consistent hitter with 2 strikes inside the box, and he's disciplined on when he knows when he needs to put the bat on the ball.
Payoff pitch. Fastball just upstairs. Walsh has walked for the 5th Schooners walk tonight, and the Schooners have 2 on here in the third.
After retiring 5 straight hitters by Mahmoud, that is 2 straight walks in this inning for the Tulane pitcher.
2 runners on for the 5 hitter for Mystic, Joseph Carpenter. out of the University of Delaware. Runner on second, Brito. Runner on first, Walsh. First pitch that Carpenter sees, high chopper to Guerrera. He fields on a jump and will flip to Smith for the out. A bad hop that was fielded nicely by Guerrera. So kind of just shrugs over there at second base. And the Gulls get the runner at second, Walsh, for the second out.
And that one little hesitation bobble there allowed Carpenter to be safe at first. Bringing up Luthner now with 2 runners on and runners on the corners.
Gulls pitching coach Greg Zackerson. Now we'll chat with Mahmoud on the mound, who has really settled in for Newport after a 39-pitch first inning. Now sits at 69 pitches through 2 1/3 innings for Newport, which is a lot further than he went on Wednesday. Kind of uncharted territory, but he's done so well as of late.
And I think a thing for a lot of these pitchers in this league is every single time they go back on the mound, they're going to try to go an extra inning, throw a couple extra more pitches to build up that repertoire, because a lot of these players didn't see a lot of action in their college season due to COVID this season and the craziness it was. Maybe they didn't even play this season because of their conference opting not to play. So just trying to build the arm back up for later in the season. 40 games in 2 months, it's a lot of baseball.
A 44-game season in a 2-month span here in the NECBL. 2 outs, here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball to Stanton Luthner, and it's 1-0.
Almost made its full way to hit Luthner in the back of the right arm.
Luthner in the 2 spot last night for Mystic, in the 6th spot tonight. One of the 5 walks that Mystic has tonight belongs to him. Looks out a pitch that catches the lower part of the plate. Runners on the corners for Mystic, looking to knot this game up. Brito over at third base. Standing 90 feet away from bringing home the tying run with 2 down. 1-1. Fastball chopped to the netting.
Just got a cut of that one for Luthner.
Luthner, the shortstop from Stony Brook, still looking for his first hit in the 7-game series between these two teams.
Came into the night hitting .214 at the plate.
2 runners on with 2 outs in the 3rd. 1 more strike to get for Mahmoud. This pitch hit high in the air into deep center field as Connor Kiley has a beat on it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Mystic stands 2 runners and does not score in the top of the 3rd, so we head to the home half with Newport on top of Mystic 3-2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Take control of your future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Back here in historic Cardines Field, a 3-2 lead for Newport over Mystic. Here in the Southern Division rivalry, a series that Newport's looking to knot up after Mystic took the first game between these two teams last night. First batter is Matt Wood, and he hits this one high and deep into right field as the right fielder Walsh going back, and he makes the catch. Hit well off the bat of Wood, but a long first down.
Yeah, a real long first down. It kind of looked like right off the bat it was going to go hit into the gap down over to the ivy, but really good piece of running and tracking the ball down there by Walsh for a big first out of the inning.
So an F9 to start things in the bottom of the third. And now the Gulls cleanup man who got the party started in the second inning, Peter Cerruto. Cerruto doubled. That led things off. It was followed by a Grayson Moore walk, a Cal Perillo single that loaded the bases with no outs before C.J. Pitaro reached on an error. And he lines this one off of the foot of the pitcher, Ryan, and it's going to roll into foul territory, and Cerruto will reach. How about that?
That could not have felt good there for Ryan, especially when it was hit as he was making his way back onto the mound off his release.
Directly off of what looked like the heel. Certainly a painful sight, not something that you want to see. And I'll take a look on Ryan out on the mound, working in his third inning. Ball that was lined hard off the bat of Cerruto.
Yeah, really hard. It looks like he might just throw a pitch or two to see how it feels.
Staying loose on the mound is the BC righty.
Says he's good there.
Now it goes down as a single for Cerruto, his second of the night. He is 4 for 5 to start the season with Newport. Ball that was going to be hard to field regardless, whether it hit the mound, whether it hit his foot, hit sharply off the bat of the Rutgers catcher. And Newport has a base runner here in the bottom of the third for Grayson Moore. First to check in on is Cerruto.
That was Cerruto's second hit of the evening, 2 for 2. And to start tonight behind the dish.
Now another man that's been on base in Moore. A single in the second inning that followed Cerruto's double. Big hunted to miss home run swing from Moore. Newport on top by 1 in the bottom of the third inning over their Southern Division rival Mystic Schooners, behind 3 runs in the second. Oh, he looks at a pitch down low.
Good stop there by Policelli to put his glove down there. Keep it in front of him. The runner on base.
1-1 the count to the Vanderbilt Commodore out of Longwood, Florida. Cerruto takes his lead off first. This pitch in the dirt. Moore out ahead now, 2-1.
Back-to-back pitches there from Ryan that he just misses place there.
Well, Newport has seemed to got into him a little bit more after a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here it comes. Fastball golfed into shallow left field. 3 Schooners make their way over. This ball's going to bloop down, and it bounces off the glove of Hunsinger. Good hustle from Cerruto as he's sliding into third base. The throw, he is out. A bang-bang play at third base. And the ruling from the umpire is that the tag of Addison Kopak was in time to gun down Cerruto.
It did look like Kopak got the tag just there on in the second. Umpire was right on it. Big out for the Schooners after a mishap there on the defensive side.
Wow. Well, it was heads-up base running from Cerruto that made a play at all at third base. A ball that bounced off of Hunsinger's glove, but the Schooners recover to tag out Cerruto at third. Out number 2 in the bottom of the third inning. Still an opportunity for the Gulls with Moore at second base and Cal Perillo at the plate. A 1-for-1 day for the Rhode Island College first baseman. First pitch skips in the dirt. It's 1-0. That was hit number 5 for Perillo this season. in this game number 4 for the Gulls. 3 for 5 on opening night was Perillo, the most hits of any goal in that 7-2 win over the Blue Sox. Swings at the 1-0 and hits it to the third baseman, Kopak. Fields on a couple hops, throws over to first in time, and the side is retired. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, we'll keep things here on the NECBL Broadcast Network, as I'll toss it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, Ryan Medeiros, to give us a look around the NECBL.
All right, thanks, Zach. We're looking at some scores around the league. We had a full slate of games, 6 games going on right here. First off, the Vermont Mountaineers are leading 6-1 over the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. The second game here, North Adams Steeplecats lead 2-0 over the Sanford Mains. The Danbury Westerners lead 5-0 over the Ocean State Waves. North Shore leads 1-0 over the Keene Swamp Bats. And lastly, the Martha's Vineyard Sharks are leading the Valley Blue Sox 1-0.
A packed night of NECBL action on a beautiful Friday night. 12 of the 14 teams in action. And I'll now toss it over to my broadcast partner, John Liuzzi, for innings 4, 5, and 6. John, take it away.
Thanks so much, Zach. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Gulls. Number 28, Killen Tullio, a freshman out of Emassus, Pennsylvania. He attends the University of Louisville this year. For Louisville, 2.1 innings of work, 15.43 ERA. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks. And starting it off in the top of the 4th, it'll be Policelli, Durkin, and Kirkpatrick for the Schooners. After scoring 2 runs in the first inning, the Schooners have been retired scoreless in the last 2. They had some stuff going on in the last inning. They had 2 runners on, but just not able to get anything across the plate as they trail this game 3-2 against Newport.
Yeah, and Tullio, the pitcher, now the first pitcher out of the bullpen for Newport, out on the mound, his second appearance. Kevin Winterode has become comfortable with his group of arms. We saw the same group last night that we did to opening night, and now Tullio, who pitched on Monday against the Valley Blue Sox, comes out again. A hit, a run, a walk, and a strikeout in the 8-4 6-inning victory against Valley.
Final line for Mahmoud on the mound: 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Really bounced back nicely after that first inning of work. Gave up 39 pitches in the top of the first.
You know, if I might add right here, that 15 ERA in a small sample size at Louisville doesn't really do Tullio justice. This is a highly touted prospect, a guy who pitched at the 2018 National Showcase at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, Florida.
And his mom also competed in the 76 Olympics for Team Canada in the high jump. First pitch to Policelli from Tullio is fouled off as he gets behind the count, 0-1. The 0-1 in there for a strike on the off-speed pitch. Policelli finished second in the Patriot League this season for the midshipmen. The 0-2 delivery, hit toward shortstop. Smith has it, and he will bobble it, and Policelli will reach on an E6.
Well, that's the second time tonight that we've just seen an awful hop on the infield and at play against these Newport fielders. An inning ago, Justin Guerrero over at second base made a jumping play to keep a ball from going in the outfield. And that time, just not a whole lot Spencer Smith can do at the shortstop position when he's dealt with a bad hop, and it works to the advantage of the Schooners.
Coming up for the Schooners will be number 19, Cole Durkin, the center fielder. Grounded out to second base his last time. Pitch up high. So he gets ahead 0-1 on the count. Durkin hit in 143 coming in tonight. Had a hit last night in Mystic. Tullio looks over at first. Policelli takes his lead. The 1-0 in there for a ball. Just missed on the outside. Durkin gets the signs from his third base coach. Tullio gets the signs from his catcher. Looks over at first. The 2-0 delivery. Fouled off. Just behind home plate. Hits off the fence. Bring the count to 2-1. And the 2-1. Hit down first base line, but it will go foul. Hits over to the new scoreboard here at Cardenese Field. Keeps the count at 2-2. Fans settling in here in the stands. Packed house for the two teams here tonight. The 2-2 up high. Durkin dunked, so he didn't get hit in the head. That brings the count to a full count of 3-2.
Try saying that 10 times,
I
right?
know.
Durkin ducked out of the way.
Yeah.
Little alliteration for you on a Friday night.
Julio with the 3-2. In there for ball 4. So Durkin works the walk, and the Schooners have 2 runners on in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, this is exactly what they did in the first inning, John. Something that, just patience at the plate. We saw a lot of it last night, and it worked to their favor in the first inning with just patience at the plate, just kind of handing the baton to the next guy in the lineup, and really perfect. When you're down just a run and still nobody out, something could be brewing here for Mystic in the 4th.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Sam Kirkpatrick. Strike out his last time up at. Julio looks back at second, delivers. Kirkpatrick shows bunt. That will go out of bounds for a foul ball. It hits home plate. Kirkpatrick just trying to advance his 2 runners on base to get something going here for the Schooners as they trail 3-2 against Newport. Jerry Hunsinger on deck for Mystic. Kirkpatrick getting ready to settle back inside the box. He has an 0-1 count against Julio. Infield in on the corners. Kirkpatrick in there for a ball. Gives the count at 1-1. Newport playing with the third and playing with Perillo and Pitaro on the edge in case Kirkpatrick tries to lay another bunt. The 1-1. Kirkpatrick shows bunt. He holds it back. Throw to second. Safe. There is Policelli.
And it would make a lot of sense, right? This is your 9-hitter in the order. You have runners on first and second. A chance to potentially put 2 runners in scoring position for the top part of the most dangerous part of your lineup. I think it's exactly what you'd want to do if you're the Schooners, and Newport's thinking the same thing with their corner infielders.
Exactly, and especially baseball is such a team sport here, Zach. You got to do your job to get runs across the board. The 2-1 outside, misses away.
Yeah, I might add here, it's not a bad idea to try to put a bunt to put some pressure on a Newport defense that has been struggling in the past couple of games.
That was a wild night at the Shipyard last night, to say the least, with 8 errors between the teams, and certainly to put the pressure on be something that I don't think Mystic would be opposed to doing.
The 3-1, Kirkpatrick connects, sails out to left field, and then left fielder Moore is under for the catch. 1 down here in the top of the 4th.
That looked a little bit dicey out there, John, between the center fielder Kiley and the left fielder Moore. Nearly collided, and as we see on the replay here, just able to get out of the way was Kiley in time, and that's a big out for Newport with 2 guys on.
2 runners on, 1 down here, and I'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Jerry Hunsinger, playing left field tonight. After getting the start of his first start last night of the season behind the dish. Julio works from the stretch. First pitch to Hunsinger. Hit toward shortstop. Smith has it, throws to second in time for the 6-4-3 double play. The Gulls work out of the jam. Schooners leave 2 on. Then we head to the bottom of the 4th with Newport leading 3-2.
How many times can I say, oh yeah?
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England.
Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank, with you in banking and life.
Take control of your financial future.
And welcome back to Newport, Rhode Island, where Jack Weeks is the first pitcher out of the bullpen for Mystic. He relieves Joey Ryan after 3 innings of work on the mound. Ryan gave up 3 runs, 2 of earned. He comes out. Weeks, a left-hander out of Georgetown University. Through 3.2 innings scoreless last Friday night at Valley. And he will see for the first time this season from Newport, C.J. Pitaro, Connor Keeley, and Spencer Smith.
Yeah, Weeks a guy that has starting experience this year with the Hoyas. 5 starts on the year and 20 1/3 innings pitched. 9 starts across his Hoyas career, so certainly could go some length if need be for the Schooners in what's a tightly contested game here as we go into the bottom of the 4th.
Absolutely. Saying one thing that he's trying to work on this season in NECBL is building more velocity from the leg and the arms, both at once. It's a little bit more the ratio side of the arm right now compared to legs. Just not timing up right now. First pitch of the night from Weeks. In there for a ball up high. He misses his spot. Tara reached on an error to second base last time. Scored 2 runs, though. The 1-0 from Weeks, down low. Count goes to 2-0. Weeks sits around the mid-80s at his speed. The 2-0 in there for a strike, for the first strike of the at-bat. 52 strikeouts as a senior in high school. He is now a junior at Georgetown. 2-1 delivery. In there for a strike as he evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2. In there for a strike 3. As Pitaro goes down swinging.
Yeah, that's the start you want for Weeks on the mound. He had 19 strikeouts this past year with the Hoyas and able to get Pitaro to chase out a pitch there. A good way to settle in to start things if you're Mystic rather, to try to keep this deficit at 1.
Especially with a tight game, 3-2. Another tight one between both teams here for the second straight night. Pitch to Keeley, in there for a ball. Inside. 1-0 on the count. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0, and he hits this to right field. Barry Walsh says he has it, and he has the second out of the inning. Quick work here on the mound for Jack Weeks. 6 pitches, 2 outs. Up to bat is Spencer Smith, the shortstop. Just arrived today for the Gulls. Going back to the top half of this inning, and you say he had that error. He has to get used to the field still here. He was just right thrown in, not a lot of practice. First pitch to Smith from Weeks, in there for a ball down low.
Yeah, it's been an infield tonight for Newport that's just kind of gotten a little bit unlucky with some of the hops that they've been getting. And as we saw a half inning ago with Smith having trouble with the ball.
Weeks says hello and just throws his bat to the back. Cochran was there just waiting for it.
Sure, his heart was maybe racing a little bit there on the on-deck circle.
On-deck circle, really close to home plate here at Cardinals Field. So 1-1 is the count. Weeks gets set back on the mound. Smith digs back in. Weeks works from the stretch. Short dribbler in front of Weeks. Weeks has it, throws it over to first to Carpenter for the third out of the inning. And Weeks throws a 1-2-3, bottom half of the fourth. 3-2 Newport heading into the fifth here in Newport.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
And welcome back to the historic Cardinals Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. John Leozzi, Zach Letson on the call for the NECBL Broadcasting Network. Great one here in Newport, 3-2 in favor of the Gulls in the top half of the fourth inning. Top of the fifth, excuse me. Addison Kopak, Chris Brito, Barry Walsh to get ready to start it off for Mystic.
Yeah, it's a dangerous part of this Mystic lineup that's had some success tonight, of course. Kopak with that big double in the first inning that got things started, and while Newport's done a nice job of responding both on the mound and at the dish. Those 3 runs in the second, and the arms have been locked down since those 2 runs for Mystic in the first.
2 scoreless frames by both teams in the last 2 innings after both teams scored combined for 5 runs in the first 2. First pitch of the 5th inning in there for a ball from Tullio to Kopak. Tullio in his second inning of relief for the Gulls. The 1-0 up high for ball 2. Kopak 1 for 2 on the night, had an RBI double, his first at-bat of the evening. The 2-0 in there for a ball, just on the line it looks. The 3-0 in there for strike 1 down the middle. The 3-1 from Tullio. In there for a strike. Kopak thought he had ball 4. He was ready to take off. The full count. In there for ball 4, down low, so Kopak works the walk to begin the 5th inning for Mystic.
Yeah, kind of just, again, what Mystic's been doing all night long. They've been able to get guys on base early in innings and have really worked walks extremely well. Have Mystic that walk number 5 for the Schooners tonight.
4th time tonight, the Schooners got the leadoff hitter on base. That brings up Chris Brito, the DH for tonight from Rutgers. He sees a strike on the first pitch of this inning.
Rather the 7th walk. Hitters 1 through 6 all have a base on balls for Mystic tonight.
The 0-1 in there for strike 2. Brito not swinging yet in this at-bat. He's 1 for 1, had a walk his last time up. Kopak takes his lead at first. Tulio looks over. The 0-2 hit back behind the screen just in front of us for a foul ball. Tulio gets ready with the 0-2 again. Up high. Ceruto thought about throwing to first, but he holds back. So that count brings the count to 1-2. Julio rated the 6th left-hander in the country by perfect game this past offseason. The 1-2, and Brito brits it into left field. Hit and run by the Mystic, and he gets 2 runners on here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, the hit and run and the timing worked to perfection for the Schooners because it also caught Newport's shortstop, Spencer Smith, kind of leaning in the other direction. I think regardless, it's a very, very difficult play for him to make. And just really good contact on the baseball if you're Chris Brito to try to get something started. He's been fantastic, and the limited at-bats that he's gotten with Mystic, he's been great, and he's given them an opportunity to try to tie this game or even take the lead.
He is a hitter that this Mystic team was excited about coming this season. He was supposed to be on the 2020 team last season, but COVID hit, so there was no season, but he returns to Mystic. Brings up Barry Walsh in there for a strike from Tulio. Nice to see that he's committed to this program. Even though he wasn't able to play with them last year, he decided he wants to come back and see the experience of what it is as a Mystic Schooner. Julio looks back at second. The 0-1 in there for a ball up high through the off speed. We'll even the count at 1-1. Two runners on. Perillo playing up. The 1-1 outside. Brings the count to 2-1. Walsh, a weekly honor roll mention for the NECBL this past week for week 1. Hit over 400 in the first week of action. The 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Walsh gets ready back inside the box. Tulio gets his signs from Ceruto. 2 runners on, 1, no downs. The 2-2 delivery. Hit back. Hit right off of the pole. Almost got a piece of Joe Carpenter, the first baseman for Mystic, who's on the on-deck circle. Thank goodness there was a fence right in front of us where it might have just came right into my glasses and broke them.
It's good we got some protection so the ball doesn't come flying into where we're situated.
The 2-2 again from Tulio. Hit towards right field. Cochran says he has it, and he's under it for the first out of the inning.
That's a big first out for Tulio after the first 2 runners for Mystic reach base. And now you have an opportunity to get out of this inning really unscathed. Maybe a ground ball here could do the job, but just more opportunities to keep this at a 1-run lead for Newport. And that's what you want here to try to keep this at a 1-run lead.
Now bring up the first baseman, Joseph Carpenter, number 38. His in his first game of the season for Mystic. First pitch to Carpenter of the 5th. In there for a ball. Outside. Carpenter hit .435 for Delaware this season. Saw him pull up today while we were waiting for the bus. I saw the Pennsylvania tags. I knew who he was before he came in. We had a nice little talk about the Commonwealth State. In there for a strike. Gives the count at 1-1.
That's got to be pretty nice to have him in the lineup tonight.
Yeah,
a little refreshing. It's a big addition for the Schooners.
It is a big addition to add on for this season. Playing first base. The 1-1 fouled, but Ceruto holds on to it. especially when Mystic doesn't really have a first baseman right now, just due to some players weren't arriving and some still just trying to figure themselves out on this team. The 1-2 hit towards first. Perillo has it. He throws to second, and he'll only get the one out there on the fielder's choice.
And that's the right play by first baseman Cal Perillo to get at least the sure. You do have a sure out at second base. There was potential for a double play, but it was going to be awfully hard to turn at first base as Tulio went to cover. But if you're Newport, you'll take that. Now a real opportunity to get out of this jam without allowing any runs now with 2 outs.
Really good defensive spot there by Perillo. Perillo was one step towards the baseline. That might have been into right field, and this game might be tied. I'll bring up Stanton Luthner, the shortstop. He connects, but this one will go out of bounds to the fire station behind the field. Count goes to 0-1. Fans going to the concession stands, it looks like, to get some food. The 0-1 in there for a ball.
Yeah, John, I know we've said it tonight, but just a phenomenal atmosphere. This is something that we all missed, something that we haven't had in quite. We did have a fantastic atmosphere Monday as well, but just in general, something we have not had in quite some time. It is a refreshing sight to see something like this at New England and here at Cardines Field.
Also refreshing to smell the hot dogs burning on the fryer.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1 on a swing goes to 1-2.
You know, guys, we got so many fans here at the park that they're almost packed into the booth here with us.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're in the stands. We literally are, but it's just how packed in things are tonight. What an atmosphere.
Great setup here by Newport and you guys here right behind home plate. The 1-2, Luthner connects, but it will hit off the screen. And he'll stay alive at 1-2. Policelli on deck for the Schooners if Luthner gets on. He has runners on the corners, 2 down, 1-2 count. Tulio gets his signs. The 1-2, hit back once again, fouls it off. Schooners trailing Newport 3-2 here in the top of the fifth. My apologies. The 1-2 again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Tulio gets out of the jam. Schooners leave 2 runners on, and they head to the bottom of the 5th, trailing Newport 3-2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
I was going to say, oh yeah.
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England.
Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank, with you in banking and life.
And welcome back to the historic Cardinals Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Jack Weeks gets ready for the second inning of relief. First pitch in there for a strike to Sam Cochran, the right fielder for the Gulls. Zach Lesson, John Liuzzi here on the call on the NECBL Broadcasting Network. So glad you're here with us. Cochran connects. Deep drive to right field. And it hits off the fence. And he'll be up standing with a double.
Yeah, you want to talk about a great piece of hitting from Sam Cochran. We've seen him connect on a lot of balls this early in the season, and he does again hit number 2, and that's a perfect start for Newport.
Really nice power swing. We saw it last night. He had a couple good approaches at the plate. This time he gets off. He kicks off the bottom of the 5th with a double off the right field fence. So Weeks finds himself with a runner on base and a runner in scoring position, and Justin Guerrera, the second baseman, my apologies, comes up to bat. Guerrera 0 for 2 on the night. Weeks looks back, throws to Guerrera. First pitch in for there for a ball. Weeks steps off, resets himself. Guerrera getting ready. Look back at second from Weeks. And the delivery in there for a strike to even the count, and 1-1. Guerrera, we mentioned he goes to Fairfield University. He was the first team All-MAC selection at shortstop this past season for the Stags.
Yeah, missed his first game at Cardinals Field. He, of course, was in the Austin Regional with the Stags playing NCAA tournament baseball.
The 1-1 fouled off, goes down the third base line. Goes to count, moves the count to 1-2. Beautiful night for some baseball. 61 degrees here in Newport. Radar shows expect a little drizzle in the next hour or so. So we'll try to get this. Both teams trying to get this game moving along. The 1-2 fouled off, hit in front of the L screen, in front of the dugout, and they'll stay alive. Weeks will try it again. Looks back at second. The 1-2 delivery. Fouled off again. Back down the third base line. Fifth pitch of the bat. The 1-2 in there for a ball, throw to third, and it will sail into left field. That will score Cochran, and the Gulls take a 4-2 lead.
Well, he just knows how to hustle his way around the bases, doesn't he? I mean, that is an aggressive play, first of all, to try to swipe third base. He does so. The ball sails into left field, and that's exactly what you need for Newport. A huge insurance one in what has been a very tight game throughout. Every run counts at a premium tonight, and that's big for the Gulls to get run number 4 across the plate.
Bases clearing now. A swing and a miss there on Guerrero. He'll get tagged there by Policelli for the first out of the inning.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, guys. The offense isn't getting it done. Put pressure on the defense and make them make a play.
Especially on a defense that hasn't been really as up to par for Mystic compared to the pitching and the hitting for the Schooners. Still a work in progress on the defensive side for Mystic this season. They give up another unearned run here tonight. Weeks, first pitch to Wood in there for a ball down low. The 1-0 in there for ball 2. Moves the count to 2-0.
That's good, yeah, thank
Wood hit .295 for Penn State, also a member of the USA Baseball. Played in a few showcases in his time. The 2-0 from Weeks. In there for a strike, right on the outside corner. Weeks gets his signs once again. The 2-1 delivery. Fouled off the screen. Ceruto picks it up and hands it over to the home plate umpire. One down here in the bottom half of the fifth. Gulls have already scored 1 run thanks to a throwing error by the catcher, Christian Policelli, into left field on the steal from Cochran at third. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Weeks.
Yeah, I went with a curveball to sit down Guerrera, and that time goes upstairs. Impressive to kind of see the versatility that Weeks has, and worked to his advantage here to try to bounce back after Newport gets the run, but it's still a 2-run game, and Weeks doing his best to keep it that way.
I'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Peter Ceruto, the catcher for tonight. 2 for 2 already. Swing and a miss there for strike one. Weeks worked up, threw it upstairs, and got Ceruto to chase it. The 0-1 in there for a strike on the off speed. Looks to be a little nice slider there from Weeks. There's ahead 0-2. The 0-2 outside for ball one. Ceruto earned 29 of 35 starts for Rutgers this past season as he sees ball two. Two down here in the bottom of the fifth, 2-2 count. The 2-2 delivery, hit up, pops it up. Carpenter says he has it. He goes out into foul territory, and he can't make it as it trails back in on the wind.
Yeah, tough play for Carpenter. A ball that looked like it was actually heading in the direction of seats by the way that he was running, but could have just been a case of maybe missing it in the lights, and a ball that fell a few feet in front of him and to his left. Just kind of a tough break there for the Mystic first baseman.
The 2-2 again from Weeks. Hit out of play for another foul ball. He'll stay alive now here, Ceruto. The 2-2 delivery, hit up, out of play. We'll go to the parking lot along the straight outside next to the firehouse. Wonder what the pitch count is here with the balls that have gone into the firehouse. Zach Lesson, John Liuzzi here on the call on the NECBL broadcast. Game 2 of the season 7-game series. The 2-2 in there for a ball. Both Luthner and Kopak were walking off the field thinking that was strike three.
It's a close pitch, tried to frame that outside part to the catcher Policelli, but just a good eye from Ceruto. What an at-bat he has had here, and now has run this count to its fullest.
The 3-2 delivery in there for strike three. 3 straight strikeouts by Jack Weeks, and he gets out of the inning. Though Newport does score 1 unearned run in the inning, and they increase their lead to 4-2. We go to the 6th inning here at Carnegie Field. We'll be back on the NECBL Broadcast Network right after this.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
And welcome back to the historic Hardings Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. John Leosley, Zach Letson on the call of the NECBL Broadcast Network's presentation of Mystic versus Newport. It is the Gulls leading 4-2 heading into the 6th inning. And Zach, this game is living up to his expectations and a little bit of deja vu compared to last night's game.
Yeah, I was going to say, John, kind of what we've been getting in both of these games, right? Just thrilling baseball between two pretty evenly contested teams. Last night it was Mystic that came out with a nail-biter. Right now, if things hold up, it would be Newport to come out with a nail-biter, but a lot of baseball. Still 4 full innings to be played in Newport. They worked well with their starter tonight, Mahmoud, and now Tulio is going to work into his 3rd inning of work.
3rd inning of work for Tulio from Louisville. And his first pitch of the 6th inning in there for a strike as he gets Christian Policelli swinging. Policelli down 0-1 on the count already. And he hits this far back. And it hits the fence right in front of our faces. Moves the count to 0-2 now. The 0-2 delivery down low for ball 1. The 1-2 from Tulio. In there for strike 3 as he gets Policelli chasing for the first strikeout and first out of the inning.
Yeah, back out there for his 3rd inning of work and looking as comfortable as ever, isn't he? Well, he gets a strikeout to end the top of the 5th inning. And that's 4 straight that he's retired. Looks really comfortable out there for the Gulls.
Second strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts going back to the last inning for Tulio. Bring in Cole Durkin. Durkin connects. And a quick line out to the shortstop, Smith, for the 2nd out. 1 out, 1 pitch, 1 out. Two quick outs by Tulio here in the top half of the 6th. I'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Sam Kirkpatrick, Tennessee native, product of the College of the Holy Cross. First pitch to Kirkpatrick of the inning, in there for a strike down the middle. Kirkpatrick 0 for 2 already on the night. Enter the night hitting .333. The 0-1 pitch down low for ball 1. The 1-1 delivery hit towards back to Tulio. He has it. Quick PFP to end the top half of the 6th. Schooners go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 6th with the Gulls leading 4-2.
oh yeah? How many times can I say, oh yeah?
And welcome back to historic Carney's Field. John Lewis and Zach Letson on the call. Jack Weeks pitches here in the bottom half of the sixth. 1-0 on the count. Game 2 of 7 of the Narragansett Cup in both teams, NECBL Southern Division rivals. The 1-0 in there for a strike on the off-speed curveball. Weeks in his third inning of relief for Mystic. The 1-1 down low. 2-1 count for Grayson Moore, the left fielder, up at bat for the Gulls. The 2-1 hit up, fly. Hunsinger says he has it. He loses it, and Durkin can't get it on the warning track, and Moore will head into third, standing up with a triple.
Yeah, Hunsinger never saw that baseball in left field. You could see him throw his arms out saying, where is the baseball? And the center fielder, Durkin, tried to sprint over and make a heroic play, but it was simply too much ground to cover, and it falls down.
That was almost reminiscent of a play the Red Sox made a few years ago. Brock Holt made a great diving play in center field after the left fielder lost it in the lights.
That will go in as a triple. Pitching coach Dennis Long heading up to talk to his pitcher right now. Long, the longtime pitching coach, general manager, owner, president, wears all the hats for the Schooners. Product of UConn, played in the minor leagues, Major League Baseball organization system in his day. Probably talking about how we want to approach here right now, up with Cal Perillo with a runner on third.
And we got to look at the bullpen here for the Schooners. It's Will Glock, the Maryland Terrapins right-hander, who's warming up, but for now, not coming in the game quite yet. Still Weeks' ball game with Newport, an enormous opportunity to try to add to a 2-run lead now with a guy on third and still no outs.
Cal Perillo up at bat. 1 for 2, 1 run scored on the night. First pitch, Perillo in there for a strike. Infield playing in for Mystic as they trail 4-2 here in the bottom half of the sixth. The 0-1 down low in the dirt. Policelli keeps it in front of him. A 1-1 delivery. And Perillo hits this into the gap in left center. And that will score Moore from third. And he's up with a stand-up double. Cal Perillo coming up big for the Gulls.
Yeah, hitting with guys on base. That's been a lot of the story tonight, John, and Perillo does it again. He's been fantastic for the Gulls so far this season. Hit number 6 already on the young year and splits the gap perfectly. That's exactly what you want for Newport to try to add to this lead.
5-2 in favor of Newport right now. They look to even the home and home. It was the Schooners who came up on top last night in Mystic, 6-4. And Pitaro connects, and this one goes deep, and Hunsinger can't hold on to it, and he goes down. So Perillo rounding third, he heads home, he'll stand up, 6-2 Newport.
That's just a ball that's hit really well to left field, and it was going to be a very difficult play for Hunsinger, but you see it again, Newport Gulls just getting a great bat on the baseball, a ball that really carried out there near the 357 sign, and it works to perfection for these Gulls who now have their biggest lead of the night.
So Pitaro will switch places with Perillo at second. 2 runs here in the bottom half of the sixth. Newport now leading 6-2, excuse me. Pitch in there down low to Connor Keeley. who's 0 for 2 on the night, has an RBI sac fly. Had that happen in the bottom half of the second. One-0 count to Keeley. And he fouls it back to even the count on 1-1.
Yeah, Kylie has been making a case to stay in the lineup. The D2 Stonehill product. Some big names are coming in from the NCAA tournament, but he's putting up a 364 average coming into the game, making a case to stay in that lineup.
1-1 delivery. Weeks looks back at second, and hit short to second. Kirkpatrick has it. Throws it to Carpenter at first for the first out of the inning, but that does advance Pitaro to third. Bring up the 9-hole hitter, Spencer Smith, playing shortstop tonight. 0 for 2 on the night. Last time he grounded out to the pitcher in a 1-3 putout. Smith will look to increase the Newport lead. They already scored 2 runs this inning and increased their lead to 6-2, but before he sees a pitch this inning, Coach Orby coming out to talk to his team. Hasn't given the sign yet for the bullpen, but Will Glock is pitching in the bullpen. Does look like the umpire is calling to tell the bullpen to come. So coming out of the bullpen for Mystic will be Will Glock. We will take a quick break. Glock will be on the mound when we come back. Newport leads 6-2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And welcome back to Cardenese Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. It is Will Glock, the right-handed pitcher out of the University of Maryland College Park on the mound. A bullpen move by the Schooners. Jack Weeks' night is done after 2 1/3 inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts. Newport has scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks to RBIs from Cal Perillo and CJ Pitaro. They have a runner on third base. That is Pitaro, as he was just advanced to third on a 4-3 putout by Connor Keeley. Spencer Smith up at bat now. 9-hole hitter. Zach Letson, John Liuzzi here on the call of Mystic Newport on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We're so glad you're with us. Glock in his second outing of the season threw a scoreless frame in his first outing. First pitch from Glock to Smith, fouled off to the back of the cage. Glock on the season, 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 4 batters faced. I'll try to get out of this jam right now as the Schooners now trail by 4. Infield still playing in for Mystic. 0-1 from Glock. Up, outside. Glock injured in 2019 and in 2020 for the Terps. Smith connects, and this will drop right in front of Hunzinger, and now will score Pitaro from third for the third run of the inning and increases Newport's lead to 7-2.
Yeah, a little bloop shot into shallow left field, and it looked like Hunzinger might have thought that ball was going to carry or at least stay up because his initial move was not to run in. Then once he started running in, that ball was sinking, and it sinked too much for him to make a play on it. And what an inning, a 4-spot out for the Gulls, who have really given themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, they're giving them some breathing room. The game looks to be coming out of reach for Mystic as we get later in this game. 7-2 Newport in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on first for from Glock.
Thank you.
Pitch up high to Cochran. Cochran 1 for 2 for 3 at the plate. Last time reached on a double and later scored on an error by Policelli. Throw over to first. It's safe on the attempt. Glock attended Loyola Blakefield, a prep school in the state of Maryland, and during his senior high school season, tossed 32 innings, 41 Ks. Pitch from Glock in there for a ball, so 2-0 now is the count to Cochran. Stands have quieted a little bit here at Carneys, despite a 3-run spot here in the bottom of the 6th by the Gulls. The 2-0 up high, 3-0. A lot of little leaguers in the attendance tonight on Little League night. Great to see the youth showing up to face players who they might see eventually one day in Major League Baseball. The 3-0 down low as Cochran works the walk.
Yeah, Sam has hit like a leadoff hitter tonight, hasn't he? Single in the 2nd, double in the 5th, and a walk on base 3 times tonight. And has really just done everything he could have asked for in that leadoff spot, been able to get on base. And for Newport, who's now up 5 for the first time tonight, this is a chance to really blow this game open, put it out of reach for the hot-hitting Fairfield second baseman Guerrera.
Bring up Guerrera, 0 for 3 on the night in his first start on the home turf. Pitch from Glock in there for a strike on the corner. Newport 2 hitters away from batting around this inning. The 0-1, Glock looks back. Works from the stretch. In there for a strike as he throws the off speed. He gets ahead of the count. 0-2. The 0-2 from Glock and stretches. Hit towards third. Kopak can't field it as it hits off his knee. It'll go into left field, and that will score Spencer Smith from second. So 4 runs in the inning for the Gulls, and they now lead 8-2.
Now the bounces are going the way of the Newport Gulls. You'd seen a couple bad bounces when Newport was in the field. That a brutal bounce for Addison Kopak at third base. Took a kind of side hop to the left side, and not a whole lot he could do about it. Newport will take it. It was a ball that was hit well by Guerrera, and it ends up in foul territory after the bounce, and Newport in cruise control now.
They have broken this game open here in the bottom of the 6th, put up 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hitters to the plate. Bring up Matt Wood, the designated hitter now. 0 for 3 on the night. 2 flyouts and a strikeout. First pitch from Glock in there for a ball. Just the second game on the road this season for Mystic. They had their road game against Danbury rained out on Tuesday. Second game of the week. Second of 4 of the week, I should say. Tomorrow they host Valley, and then they go to Martha's Vineyard on Sunday. Pitch down low in the dirt from Glock to Wood to move the count to 2-0. Glock walks around the mound, as a lot of pitchers do, just to reset themselves. The 2-0, outside and away. It was the count to 3-0 now. It does look like Glock is losing his command and his location right now as he finds himself deeper in this inning.
Yeah, certainly someone that's not going to get the inning moving along any quicker if you're Mystic, with Newport already 4 runs across.
Ball 4. So Wood works the walk, and that will load the bases again for Newport. We'll bring up Peter Ceruto.
I guess the one positive for Mystic is you had first base open, and now you have a double play possibility. But I think you'll take this if you're the Gulls with the way that the inning has been rolling around, and the 9th hitter of the inning coming up, and it's Peter Ceruto, someone that's had a fantastic start to his 2021 season for Newport, starting 4 for 6 in his first 2 games played.
Newport would love for another gapper like he did in the second inning, stand-up double to begin that inning. First pitch from Glock now, in there down low. So he falls in the count 1-0. 1 down, 4 runs have come across the plate for Newport this inning. 8-2 in favor of the Gulls. The 1-0, in there for a strike. Coming up next inning for Mystic, top of the lineup, Hunsinger, Kopak, Brito. Glock throws down in the dirt to move the count to 2-1. Bases loaded, 1 down here in the bottom half of the 6th. Will Glock trying to get out of the jam now. The 2-1, up high for ball 3. Newport has all the time they want right now, as they've scored 4 runs so far. Schooners trying to speed up this bottom half of the inning and get out of it. Swing and a miss for strike 2 for Ceruto. Fills the count at 3-2. The 3-2 delivery. Outside, ball 4. Walk, and they'll bring in a runner from third as Cochran crosses over the plate for the 5th run of the inning for the Gulls now.
Really just, I guess, the icing on the cake in this inning, if you will. That is Newport's 3rd walk in this inning alone. What an inning it has been for these Gulls, with 4 hits to go with the 3 walks. Just a culmination of all the offense that you could have wanted. And it isn't even over yet. Bases still loaded for your cleanup man Moore with just 1 out.
Moore began this inning with a triple to the left center gap as he sees ball 1, his second at bat of this inning. Gulls have batted around here in the bottom of the 6th. Moore connects, but it goes foul. down the first base line to even the count at 1-1. 1-1 count to Grayson Moore, the left fielder from Vanderbilt, as he faces Will Glock. The 1-1 delivery in their first strike. Move the count to 1-2. Fans not agreeing with the call there from the home plate umpire, as they find their player down 1-2 now. Runners take their leads. 1-2 delivery. Pop up into left field. Hunsinger has it. Tagging from third. And the throw will go out on the throw. So that'll bring Herrera in for the 7th run of the inning by Newport.
Yeah, what an inning for Newport, and that's just a good piece of hitting from Moore. We saw him lace a ball out to left field to start this inning, a ball that got down in the left center gap, and this time he hits it more than deep enough to score the speedster Guerrera, and Newport having a lot of fun out there tonight.
2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. Inning started with Jack Weeks on the mound. First pitch there to Perillo from Glock in their first strike. Quick turnaround by both teams here tonight. Played in Mystic last night. They are in Newport tonight. The 0-1. And Perillo connects. And that one leaves the field for the 3-run home run. Cal Perillo.
Cal Perillo absolutely torched that baseball. The first home run for the Gulls in the regular season. A ball that, no doubt, over the deepest part of that park into center field and got all of it. What an inning for Newport. Now a 9 spot in the 6th. Having a lot of fun in front of a packed house here at Cardines.
13-2 Newport now. The Schooners were first led this game 2-0 in the top of the 2nd. First pitch there to Pitaro in their first strike. Again, trying to get himself out of here. Ball up high, even count at 1-1.
And Perillo with that home run, a 3-run shot. Now just a triple away from the cycle. What a night he's had. A home run, a double, and a single. 3 for 4 in this ball game.
Short dribbler hits right in front of the Gulls dugout. Though Glock has given up 6 runs, only 1 has been earned, as the Schooners have 3 errors on the night. The 1-2 hit towards the fence down the right field line. Almost hit the Gulls photographer. Glock will try again with the 1-2. 1-2 delivery. In there for a ball. Gives the count at 2-2. But it was a 2-run game coming into this inning. It's now a 11-run game. Strike 3 call there from Will Glock as he gets out of the inning. But Newport has done damage as they score 9 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. They lead 13-2. When we come back, Zach will be back on the play-by-play duties. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Boogly moogly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How many times can I say, oh yeah?
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England.
Back here at the City by the Sea. What a night for these goals. Up 13-2 on the Mystic Schooners as we head to the top of the 7th. Kellen Tullio still in the ball game and delivers the first pitch strike to the leadoff man, Jerry Hunsinger. 9 runs for the goals in the bottom of the 6th inning have blown this game open.
Be really important here for the Schooners to not put their heads down and try to put up some kind of fight like they did last week against Valley when they were down 5-0 after the first and they came back just lose 6-5. We'll see what they can do now.
1-1 is hit high in the air into right field, but Cochran under it, and he makes the catch on the line. 1 up and 1 down. So Hunsinger retired on 3 pitches. Now the 2-hitter, Addison Kopak. 1 for 2 on the day with a double in the first, strikeout in the 3rd, and a walk in the 5th. First pitch skips in the dirt to Kopak. The University of Rhode Island 2-way player was a part of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League last summer and a teammate of 2021 Newport Gull, Bully Butler. As this one's upstairs, and it's 2-0.
Kopak has been pretty impressive so far for his start of the season for the Schooners. Wearing a lot of hats, can be an emergency catcher, play first and third.
2-0 is laced high in the air and deep to center field. Kiley running back on it, and he'll play this one off the wall. Kopak running in quickly to second, and he slides in with a double. Addison Kopak, what a night he's had, a pair of doubles tonight for the third baseman, and Mystic has a runner in scoring position.
And that's exactly what Mystic needed to do here in the 7th inning to show that they still have some life in them. Kopak now on second with a runner in scoring position for Chris Brito, power hitter. This is the position of the lineup that Mystic needed to get after giving up 9 runs last inning.
Now the 3-hitter, Chris Brito, who has been on base 3 times tonight. It's the first pitch back to the net.
Might I add here, what a play by Kiley to get that ball in so quickly. That ball was hit out into Triples Alley in deep left center field. He almost got the runner at second.
Close play, and Kopak had to dive in, slide in rather. Soft chopper by Brito, going to be fielded by the third baseman Pitaro, over to first, and he got him. Nice play by C.J. Pitaro for the second out of the frame as Kopak advances to third.
They just beat him out by a step there. Really nice play there. Kopak does advance to third with Barry Walsh coming up, so the Schooners can get a run in, try to force a run to come through now, but good defensive play here.
Now the cleanup man and the right fielder, Barry Walsh, with 2 outs in the 7th. Looks out a first pitch ball. Walsh not the same kind of success that he had last night against Newport when he went 4 for 5. 0 for 2 tonight, but did reach on a base on balls.
Safe to say that the Gulls pitching staff found what works and what doesn't work from Walsh.
Ten hits on the young season for Walsh. That leads this Schooners team. Strong start to the year. It's Newport by 11 over their Southern Division rival, Mystic Schooners. Another pitch outside. Strikeout in the first, walk in the third, and a pop out to Sam Cochran, the right fielder, in the 5th for Walsh. The Mystic bats have been seemingly quiet since they scored 2 runs in the top of the first inning of this game. 2-1. Breaking ball, catches the black, and it's 2-2.
Bosch will have to protect here now with 2 strikes. He does have a runner at the third, so we'll see if the Schooners can get something going after a big hit there by Kopak to put himself on base.
2-2. Curveball outside, and the count runs full. The runner at third is Kopak after he connected on a 1-out double to the deepest part of the park. And now Walsh standing at the plate. 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. The pitch. Breaking ball hit hard to the shortstop Smith. Fields and throws over to first. And the stretch by Perillo. They got him. Nice play by Smith, and Perillo ends the top of the 7th inning. And Newport on top by 11. Time to stretch here at Cardines Field. Listen to Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Of your financial future. Build a college fund. Maybe that's the perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Back here at historic Cardines Field, Zach Letson, John Leuzzi, Ryan Medeiros here for you on a beautiful Friday night for baseball. And what a night it has been for Newport. 9 runs in the 6th inning and an 11-run lead over their Southern Division rivals. Well on their way to a revenge victory after Mystic beat them a night ago. And for Mystic, a call to the bullpen. Going to the College of Holy Cross righty Jack DeLauro, who made 7 starts with the Crusaders this past year, a 4.89 ERA and 38 2/3 innings. And another guy that knows Cardines Field as a member of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League in 2020. His 2nd appearance with the Schooners in 2021.
First time coming out of the bullpen for the Schooners this season. Here in the start last Friday up at Valley. But Zach, the Schooners have left 9 runners on base today's game. Those 9 runs could have, if they scored, this could have been still a 2-run game if everything still played out like it had after that 9-run inning by Newport last inning.
Newport has taken advantage and gotten hits with guys on base. 12 hits on the night for Newport to go with those 13 runs. 8, 9, and 1 to come up for Newport. In the home half of the 7th, it begins with Connor Kiley. Squares around a bunt, now pulls back on a pitch down low.
I like the attack. Start the inning off with a bunt because Mystic wasn't expecting it. Get a runner on base early on. Play small ball.
Kiley 0 for 2, but does have a sacrifice fly for these goals. Looks at a pitch that just catches the lower part of the plate. 3 runs for the Gulls in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th, and how about 9 in the 6th inning? Gulls in cruise control as Kiley connects on a fastball and hits it foul. The kid from Stonehill College and from right here on Aquidneck Island, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. 2 for 4 with an RBI last night for Newport in that heartbreaking loss. Tonight, not as close of a ball game. Maybe something that we thought would be the case. As the 1-2 comes in and hits Kiley on the hand.
That had to hurt there. We heard the big loud noise from it.
So Kylie reaches base for the first time tonight. And now it's the 9-hitter Spencer Smith.
90 mile fastball right into the wrist. Can't feel good for a hitter.
The Northeastern shortstop now digs in from the left side. Had a single in that wild inning for Newport. 9 runs came across. First pitch is a fastball low. Grayson Moore started the inning with a triple. Cal Perillo double, CJ Pizarro double, Smith single, 3 more walks, and a Cal Perillo home run. Followed all of that. 1-0. Fastball rocketed back to the screen. Smith's first game as a Newport Gull here tonight. He played with the Northeastern Huskies, a team that qualified for the NCAA tournament for the very first time. Winners of the CAA.
This season for Holy Cross, Deloro, 4.89 ERA. 2-5 record.
1-1 coming. It's a fastball outside. It's 2-1 to Smith. A .232 average with a home run and 25 RBIs with the Huskies this past year. And he shares the Northeastern Huskies infield with a familiar face if you're a Gulls fan. Scott Holzwasser, the 2019 All-Star, second baseman for Newport. 2-1. Smith tried to check his swing. Ask if he went. He did not. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
There is not a definition of a swing in Major League Baseball. I found that out last week.
Well, in Major League Baseball not, and probably the rules a little looser in summer ball, right?
Yeah.
3-1 the count to the 9-hitter Smith. Here it comes. Fastball just gets the inside part of the plate, counts full. Deloro in his first inning of work with the Schooners, replacing Glock, pitched 2/3 of an inning for Mystic. 2 hits, 6 runs, but just one of those 6 earned. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball chopped right side, fielded by the second baseman Kirkpatrick. On to shortstop for 1, on to first, not in time. Smith beats it out, a fielder's choice for the shortstop, and the Gulls remain with a runner, now with 1 out in the 7th.
A good turn there by Kirkpatrick, just a little slow there. That just was not able to be timed with the speed of Smith, who got in there safe at first.
Top of the order for Newport, it's Sam Cochran, who's had a fantastic night for Newport. Single in the 2nd, double in the 5th, came around to score, and a walk in that 6th inning. Looks out a first pitch in the dirt. A 6th inning that brought 12 hitters to the plate for Newport. After just scoring 4 runs a night ago, 13 tonight for the Gulls. Smith takes his lead off first. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. It's 1-1. Cochran 1 for 5 yesterday, 2 for 4 in the Gulls' last game played here on Wednesday against Keene, including a 2 RBI double. Has made some great defensive plays along the way. Pair of diving catches early on in the season. 1-1 skips in the dirt and picked up by the catcher Policelli to prevent Smith to advance. He did not play this season because Eckerd College did not have a season with the pandemic, and Cochran made the decision to go to College of Charleston for the upcoming year, with the added year of eligibility for the senior. 2-1.
A lot of these college players are not to get the extra year of eligibility, but you also have the free waiver of the transfer so they're able to play right in on their new home. They continue on their baseball careers.
5th time around the order for these Gulls begins with Cochran. What a night they've had at the plate. Gets back to the backstop, and Smith will advance to second base. Another runner in scoring position for Newport. Looking to add more, up 11 here in the 7th. Three for 13 on the season is Cochran. Of course, not including the 2 hits in the exhibition win over Keene. But 2 hits on opening night as well against Valley.
Pellicelli calling a timeout here to talk to his pitcher. Just trying to, probably going over the signs again. Quick trip to the mound.
Cochran has worked a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. And Smith over at second base after advancing on the wild pitch. Looks at ball 4 upstairs. Sam Cochran is aboard for the 4th time tonight. And Newport with yet another base runner.
Yeah, another base runner for the Gulls, and they're just continuing. They're not taking their foot off the pedal, even though they are up 11. It's just, you continue to put it here because you never know when a game like this can define a season.
Now Newport will go to the bench. Dawson Brigman, the Newport Gull, who arrived today, will make his first plate appearance as a member of the Newport Gulls. Plays with Santa Clara. Had a strong year with them, hitting .258, 17 RBIs. An everyday guy with Santa Clara. 115 games with the Broncos in just 2 seasons plus. He replaces Justin Guerrera in the 2 spot for Newport tonight. 2 runners on in Brigman's first at bat as a Gull. Looks at a pitch down low.
Newport trying to get some new faces and new bats just to get some experience here as they have a big hefty lead here against Mystic in the bottom of the 7th, my apologies.
Smith the runner on second with Cochran at first. 1-0 is in there for a strike to Brigman. Brigman, one of a few late additions, not late additions, but late arrivals with Newport, who Justin Guerrera arrived 2 nights ago and played his second game for the Gulls tonight. And now Brigman gets his opportunity, replacing Guerrera in the 2 spot tonight. Looks at the 1-1 outside. It's 2-1. Guerrera finishes his night 0 for 3, but reached on an error by the third baseman Kopak in the 6th inning. That kept things chugging along for Newport in that frame, where 12 batters came to the plate. Two-1. Fastball just low, and Brigman a good hitter's count in his first plate appearance as a Gull. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, getting the head here, 3-1. DeLauro losing his command, trying to step off, reset himself, but Mystic's pitching has not been here tonight. What has been a high is not so much of a high, unfortunately saying it like that right now.
3-1. High chopper left side will stay fair as Kopak touches third base to retire Smith, and that is the out that Mystic gets. The lead runner in Smith, and now 2 down with runners on first and second for Matt Wood.
The correct play there by Kopak, just step on there.
Now a mound visit for the Mystic Schooners. It's the 3-hitter Matt Wood who reached in his last at-bat.
Almost every single goal.
I was saying that's a common thing that you could say for a lot of these hitters, isn't it? Well, he walked after Guerrera reached on the air. And Cerruta walked, and 2 batters later, Perillo cleared the bases with a 3-run shot.
Absolutely tattooed that pitch there from Glock to the farthest part of the field.
Well, Wood gets an opportunity to tack on more here for Newport. A Newport offense that looked pretty strong through the first 3 games of the year, but maybe not quite this strong. 7 runs on night number 1, 8 on night number 2, 8 on night number 3, and then 4 a night ago, 13 tonight. 9 runs in the 6th inning for the Gulls. Here comes the first pitch of the Penn State catcher. Hit back to the fence. Wood, a pop out to the left fielder Hunsinger in the first, pop out to Walsh in the 3rd, and after striking out in the 5th, he walked in the 6th inning.
Finished 3rd for the Nittany Lions in hitting, .314, and on base percentage, .407 in the shortened COVID season of 2020. Played all conference this year for the Big Ten.
Opportunity for the Gulls with runners on first and second with 2 down in the last of the 7th. Pitch down low. It's 1-1.
Delaro now working from the stretch again, but doesn't seem to have some consistency on the mound tonight. Struggled with that last Friday against Valley as well.
1-1 pitch. Fastball way outside, and Wood is ahead 2-1. It was a patient approach that has worked all night long for the Gulls. 3 walks an inning ago, and 1 additionally in the 2nd. Cochran a large lead off of second base as DeLauro gives a look back. Now he fires. Wood hits this on a line, but tailing foul.
Goes into the stands. A lot of the Little Leaguers trying to fight for it for a souvenir.
Better call Newport Glass.
Gulls 13, Schooners 2. On Friday night, Gulls looking to bounce back after falling for the first time in 2021 to the Mystic Schooners last night. The Packs rode ahead for Newport with 3 games in the next 3 days. 2-2 is swung on and missed from Wood on a breaking ball, and the side is retired in the bottom of the 7th. Newport strands a couple of runners. They still lead by 11, and we'll keep things right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as I'll toss it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, Ryan Medeiros, to give us a look around the NECBL.
Excuse me. All right, thanks so much, Zach. Let's take a look at some of the games. I updated you guys on some scores earlier. There's a lot of stuff going on around the league. The one game I updated you guys on was the Vermont Mountaineers were leading 6-1 over the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. That game has completely flipped over. The Muskrats just walked off the Mountaineers 9-8. That was 8 runs scored in the last 4 innings, capped off by a Will Vergantino walk-off sac fly. Some other games going on around the league. Last time I tuned into the Steeplegats Mainers game, that was 2-0. It's now 2-2 in that ball game. The Danbury Westerners are leading 5-4 over the Ocean State Waves. The Waves scoring 4 unanswered runs to come back in that ball game. The Navigators extend their lead over the Swamp Bats 9-0, and the Sharks still lead the Valley Blue Sox, but that score is now 4-3.
Wow, what a comeback out between Vermont and Winnipesaukee. Pack night of NECBL action and a wild game that we have had here at Cardines Field between Newport and Mystic, with the Gulls on top by 11 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And a pitching change for Kevin Winterode and company, tossing it to the Bryant right-hander Liam Levangie. Pitches for the second time in 3 days for Newport, who have a 6-game stretch in a 6-day span, and pitched against the Keene Swamp Bats in Wednesday's exhibition contest. 1 inning of shutout baseball with 2 punch-outs. He comes into tonight relieving Kellen Tullio. What a fantastic outing for him. Had some traffic on the base paths, but did not allow a run to cross home plate. 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 punch-outs for the Louisville righty, who now gives way to the Bryant righty, Liam Levangie, who pitches for the 2nd time this season for the Gulls. 6 outs to get for the Gulls to get a victory tonight.
Yeah, fun fact for you guys, if you don't know, if you weren't tuned into Wednesday's broadcast, Levangie is the son of Red Sox pitching coach.
You just stole that from me. I just pulled out my depth chart, but that's a cool fact by him.
I think he's got it in his genes. 2nd appearance for the Gulls this season. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Schooners, with just 6 outs to work with. Newport inching closer to a win. And a defensive replacement to let you know of. Pitaro out at 3rd base in favor of Lewis Barnum, the Bryant infielder who Newport has played at shortstop for 3 games. Now he plays at the hot corner.
Had some nice plays last night at shortstop.
First pitch to Carpenter is hit right back to the pitcher. That's pretty easy. Over on the first. And Levangie, 1 pitch and 1 out in his outing starting in the 8th.
Yeah, pretty quick work there by both teams. And I was certainly surprised. You know, he had 6 outs coming into this inning to work with, and Carpenter swung at the first pitch. I was not expecting that from Carpenter as we started the 8th inning.
Well, now Stanton Luthner, the shortstop for Mystic, steps into the dish from the right side. A walk in the first inning, the only time that he's reached tonight. Levangie's pitch is down low for ball number 1. 5 more outs for Newport for a victory against their rivals. Looking to polish off the first 9-inning game at Cardines Field this season, as the 1-0 is rocketed into shallow center field. Kiley has a play on it, and he makes the catch.
Routine fly ball there for Kiley. He's caught it. 2 down now here, and Schooners' work is getting harder for them as they brought down to limited runs and limited outs. My apologies.
3 pitches, 2 outs. Easy as 1, 2, 3 for Liam Levangie. And now Christian Policelli steps in. Looks at a first pitch strike outside part of the plate. A Gulls staff that has settled in. No runs for Mystic since they scored 2 way back in the first inning. Newport has scored 13 unanswered. Big cut and a miss from Luthner on a fastball upstairs.
Yeah, big swing there by Policelli, and just didn't see it. Swung up high, threw the cheese, and he went for it.
1 more strike to get for Levangie for a 1, 2, 3 frame. Now he steps off the mound. 11 appearances with the Bulldogs this past year. 0-2 coming. Pitch in the dirt, trying to check his swing, and he did.
Really good hold there by Policelli to not go chasing, keep himself alive, and see the first ball of this at-bat.
One ball and 2 strikes with the bases empty. 1-2. Shot high in the air. It'll stay in the infield as Barnum, who just came in the game, moves away, and Ceruto makes the catch in fair territory, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for the Gulls in the top of the 8th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Googly moogly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How many times can I say, oh yeah?
I'm Becky Gibble, and this is Simply Southern New England, where we'll bring you the best of what this area has to offer. Whether you're looking to explore new neighborhoods, try something new, or stay connected, we'll bring you the best food, fun, and people that make this area what it is. This is Simply Southern New England.
Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank, with you in banking and life.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
To the bottom of the 8th we go at Cardines Field. Newport up big on the Mystic Schooners, 13-2. And a pitching change for Mystic on the mound. It's the Fairfield lefty, Bowen Baker. He just finished his freshman season with the Stacks and has only seen time this year for Mystic at the plate, not on the mound. And now he gets his first mound appearance of the season.
Yeah, yesterday he was DHing and didn't swing a bat, I heard, for 4 years. So yesterday,
wow.
So swung it out and came back. He also played second earlier this season, if I recall correctly. But in his last 2 seasons of high school ball, combined to throw 153 strikeouts.
Wow. Well, he comes in what's an 11-run advantage for the Newport Gulls. Had their best offensive night of the season, without a doubt. 3 runs that came in the second. That gave them a 3-2 lead that they have since never looked back on. But for good measure, right? Why not? A run in the 5th, 9 in the 6th when Newport sent 12 to the plate. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Newport in the bottom of the 8th. Likely the last time that Newport will hit tonight, barring a wild comeback.
Miracle comeback.
First pitch to Peter Ceruto is inside for a ball. Ceruto's had a great night for Newport. A double, a single, a walk. Done it all. Great in his first 2 games with the team. Looks at a fastball outside part. 1-1.
Baker has a huge upside. Obviously, you did mention he didn't see much action this season, but he's looking to work on his craft here in Mystic.
1-1, shot in the air, high and deep into center field, but Durkin has a beat on it and camps under it to make the catch for the first down.
Baker also one of 13 players on the Schooners this season from the Constitution State of Connecticut.
Now we'll get a pinch hitter for the Gulls, hitting for the left fielder Grayson Moore. Another guy that's played left field for Newport this season, Bobby Leitzel, who hasn't played played on Wednesday and started last Thursday for Newport on opening night. Two for 5 went Leitzel in that game. Big night for the Marymount University outfielder. Looks at the first pitch he sees over the plate for strike 1. A rising junior from Burke, Virginia, in his first plate appearance of the night.
For Marymount, the season hit .309.
Big swing and a miss from Leitzel.
Real nice off-speed pitch there from Baker.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. Here comes the pitch. Little bloop shot into shallow left field, but camping under it is Luthner to make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Besides that one inning that it's going to be talked about as the storyline, this has been a fairly good game between both teams, like similar to last night, but They got into a jam, the Schooners, in that sixth inning, and they just couldn't get out of it. They committed a few errors. They poor defense, and that's why there is an 11-run lead now for Newport.
The pitch to Cal Perillo is inside and clipped his jersey. So Cal Perillo will walk down to first base, and he is on base again for Newport.
That is the fourth time tonight Perillo has been on base.
A single, and then a double and a home run, both coming in the sixth inning. A big night for the Gulls, a big inning for the Gulls, and a big inning for Cal.
He was probably hoping for the triple so he can complete the cycle.
First pitch comes in to the defensive replacement Barnum in there for strike one.
That would have been quite the sight to see the big fella rumbling around second for third. But this is the type of park that he could potentially do it in with such funky dimensions.
Barnum waiting for the 0-1. Here it comes. Off speed stuff and outside. Barnum 1 for 8 in his first 3 games. 0 for 3 yesterday. But the player of the game for Newport in that exhibition victory on Wednesday with a home run. Looks at the 1-1, just catches the outside part. Another Bryant Bulldog on this Newport roster. Just saw one out on the mound in Levangie and now one at the plate.
After tonight, both teams won't face each other until Wednesday, July 7th. Right here.
Big break, almost a month's time. Another off-speed pitch, another pitch outside. It's 2-2. Big night for the Gulls, 13 runs, looking for more. 2-2. Caught on and missed from strike 3 for Barnum. And the side retired in the bottom of the 8th. 3 outs to get for Newport for a victory over the Mystic Schooners. Coming back at you with the top of the 9th right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Three outs away from a Gulls victory here in the rivalry between these two teams. The Narragansett Bay Insurance Company proudly sponsors the 2021 NBIC Cup between these two teams, the 7-game series between the Newport Gulls and the Mystic Schooners. Follow all the action to see which club will earn this year's bragging rights in this year's NECBL regional rivalry. Homeowners across Rhode Island and Connecticut look to Narragansett Bay Insurance Company for excellent insurance protection. To find an agent near you, visit www.nbic.com. Final hacks for the Schooners looking to keep this ball game going. It's the 8-hitter Cole Durkin takes the first pitch ball.
It'll be really important here for the Schooners to not take a step off and just let the three outs happen. Gonna have to show some fight here.
Here comes the 1-0. High kick from Levangie on a fastball that's down low, and it's 2-0. After a nail-biter last night, this one not so much. Newport by 11. I'm sure the Gulls will take it. 2-0. Fastball at the Leonard's catches the plate. It's 2-1. Durkin, no hits tonight, but was on base in the 4th inning with a walk. 2-1 coming. It's a fastball upstairs, and it's 3-1 to Durkin. Durkin, the center fielder out of Stony Brook. 1 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 2 today. It's that one back to the fence. 3 hits for the Schooners so far across the 4 games that he's played. He is a New England kid out of Jefferson, Massachusetts. Payoff pitch. Fastball golfed high in the air. I mean high. Into center field. Kylie camps under it and makes the catch. And there's one away.
Perhaps the wind brought that down a little bit, but good contact off the bat. Just returned into a routine fly ball.
2 more outs to get for Newport. And the 9-hitter, Sam Kirkpatrick, will look to start things for Mystic. 0 for 3 tonight. A part of a pivotal play in this ball game in the 2nd inning. First pitch is down and away. Kirkpatrick trying to tag out Cal Perillo, and instead, after missing him, flipped the ball into left field. That scored Newport's first 2 runs of the ball game. Boy, they would not look back after that.
And perhaps that was the turning point that you just mentioned of this game.
13 unanswered runs for the Gulls tonight. An outstanding offensive performance. We'd be remiss if we didn't say the pitching hasn't also locked things down on the bump for Newport.
Yeah, Tulio was impressive as well on the mound coming out of relief.
1-1. Shot foul down to the fire station.
Yeah, the final line for Tulio, 4 innings pitched, 0 runs, 2 strikeouts.
Newport looking for 8 shutout innings to finish this one off. For Mystic, scored 2 in the first off of Blake Mahmood. But other than that, Mahmood settled in, and so did the rest of Newport's arms. Chopped hard off the lip of the mound, fielded by the second baseman, Brigman, on to first. And looks like was not on the bag. So Kirkpatrick is safe at first.
Will go in as a single for Kirkpatrick. His first hit of the night, the 5th hit of the night for the Schooners.
And of course, Brigman replacing Guerrera at second base after he pinch hit for him.
Yeah, Perillo trying to keep his foot on the bag there. The ball actually clanked right off his glove.
Yeah, tough play. Bang, bang play, and Perillo had to stretch a long way, and it just bounced out of his glove. Double play opportunity for Newport could end this ball game. Here's Jerry Hunsinger, home run swing, and a cut and a miss.
Yeah, Hunsinger, outside of the first walk that he began this game with, fly out, double play, another fly out. Little underwhelming game for Hunsinger in his 2nd game of the season for the Schooners. Couple defensive errors as well.
This time he looks at a pitch and looks at one outside. Well, he caught last night for Mystic, and tonight is out in left field. Switch spots with Christian Policelli, who hits 8th.
The only 2 catchers on this team for the Schooners, as they're still waiting for one of their catchers to report.
1-1. Fastball just upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Schooners did have the starting catcher from Fairfield, Mike Caruso, the MAC Player of the Year, but unfortunately he had a season-ending injury in the NCAA tournament, so that won't allow him to come to Mystic. He was one of the headline players to return from the 2019 team.
Check in on first, and Kirkpatrick dives in safe. 2 more outs to get for the Gulls. Looking for a ground ball to try to end this one. 2-1. Ball shot into the right center field gap. This ball's going to get down for a base hit. As Cochran over to field it deep in right field. And Kirkpatrick hustling around the bases. He scores the 3rd run of the ball game for Mystic. And it's now 13-3. Newport on top.
No fight given up here by the team, even though they're now down by 10. 2 back-to-back hits, a run. With the top of the lineup coming up, we'll see if they can make some more damage.
Now it's Addison Kopak, a man that he's done some damage. Pair of doubles tonight for Mystic. I think they'd like one of those right now, try to keep things alive. They need a lot to try to get back in this game. Levangi's pitch is a beautiful breaking ball. What a dandy. Drops in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
A lot of the Gulls pitchers have a nice breaking ball pitch that just hasn't been able to be timed up and hit by the Mystic batters tonight.
0-1. Off speed, off the mound, and through for a base hit. Kylie Fields, and another run in to score as Hunsinger rounds third and crosses and touches home plate. And the Mystic Schooners have run number 4. Now Newport by 9 in the 9th.
Second RBI of the night for Kopak. His third hit of the night. 2 doubles, 1 single, and a walk, strikeout. Bring up the power hitter, Chris Brito.
The Rutgers designated hitter. Looks out of first pitch. Fastball that gets in there for a strike. Schooner showing some fight here in the 9th inning. Single from Kirkpatrick, double from Hunsinger, and a single from Kopak. Have added a pair for the Schooners, who went 7 innings straight without scoring. 0-1. Hit back to the screen. And it's 0-2 quickly.
Yeah, coming down to their... They have one out. I was getting a little ahead of myself there on that call.
No balls and 2 strikes to Brito. A pair of singles tonight for the 3-hitter for Mystic. Here comes the 0-2. Curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Ceruto. Brito, a nice night tonight with those 2 hits, and a big season with Rutgers, hitting 300.
10 home runs on the season.
1-2. Just upstairs, it's 2-2.
Really working a lot on his approach at the plate this year. Talking to the Rutgers hitting coach and just talking about hitting more line drives and being more consistent at the plate with his mentality.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. On the top of the 9th. Here it comes. Fastball shot back to the netting. And we'll do it once again.
Shore isn't having these foul balls any cheap. He's hitting them pretty hard coming off the bat. Just not able to straighten it out to go into the field.
Newport by 9 in the 9th. Looking for 2 more outs to get for a Friday victory. 2-2. Curveball, got him. What a pitch from Levangi. A beautiful breaking ball, and the Gulls are 1 out away.
Yeah, it just fell right into there. Then the Brito didn't see it. The umpire thought it was good enough for strike 3 on there. Surprised he didn't swing on that. You know, you two-strike approach in the 9th inning. Your team's down a lot of runs, and you have to try to get anything on top of the barrel.
Last chance for the Schooners. It's the cleanup man, Barry Walsh. As the runner, Kopak off to second, and a ball in the dirt, so Ceruto doesn't have a throw. Stolen base for Kopak. One ball and no strikes to Walsh. Struck out in the first and drew one of the several Mystic walks they have tonight in the 3rd. 1-0. Hit back behind home plate.
Just ahead of that one, just by a few seconds. Leading to that foul. He knew it.
1-1. The count to Walsh. With Kopak the runner on second. 1 more out for Levangi. 1-1 coming. Fastball hit back to the net. And the Schooners are down to their final strike.
See how he approaches it here. It's been pretty good with the two-strike approach this season and here tonight, despite not being able to put one into play.
3 runs in the second, 1 in the 5th, and 9 in the 6th. Newport looking to polish it off. 1-2 pitch. Lined hard down the right field line and into the parking lot.
I thought it was going to sail right into one of those transmitters up there on the energy pole, on the power pole, I should say. That would not have been good.
A lot of pop off the bat of Walsh, but went foul. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Here it comes. Pitch in the dirt, and he went around. Ceruto picks it up and fires to first in time. That's a Gulls winner. 13-4 on Friday against the Mystic Schooners. Newport comes out on top, wins their 3rd game of the season. They move to 3-1.
That should be 11 hits.
And Mystic falls to 3-2. We'll break it all down for you on the post-game show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network coming up next.
How many times can I say, oh yeah?
It's a victory for the Gulls here at Cardines Field over the Mystic Schooners by a score of 13-4. Welcome in to the Gulls post-game show. Zach Letson joined alongside Mystic Schooners broadcaster John Liuzzi and the field reporter for the Gulls, Ryan Medeiros. And John, what a night it was. At first we thought, well, we're going to get a similar game to the one we got yesterday. It was this was a 4-2 ball game as we went into the 6th inning, and everything changed. 9 runs for the Gulls, 12 batters that came to the plate, and really just in cruise control for Newport.
Yeah, absolutely there. And you go to that inning and you're going to ask yourself what went wrong for Mystic, and it's defensive mishaps, and that's something that they've been struggling with this season. And Cal Perillo, got to give him credit for taking advantage, a double and a 3-run home run that inning on when Newport batted around that inning as well. So it was a team effort in that inning, and that will be the defining storyline of tonight's game.
Yeah, the South Coast Health Player of the game, without a doubt, Cal Perillo tonight for the Gulls. Singled in the 2nd inning, but he saved his best for last with 2 hits, 2 big hits in the 6th inning. First a double, and then a 3-run home run that polished off a 9-run frame for the Gulls.
Yeah, absolutely, Zach. And what a ball game it was. Not only was the offense on fire, after that rocky first inning by Mahmoud, the bullpen really settled down up until the 9th inning. Obviously, Levangie struggled a little bit, but Kellen Tullio, Cal Perillo is probably going to be the player of the game just because of that dominant performance on offense. But Tullio, don't sleep on this performance. 4 shutout innings out of the bullpen. Not always easy for a guy who's used to starting to come out of the bullpen, but especially with that sort of length, we've seen the Tampa Bay Rays obviously do some opener-type things where guys have had extended outings out of the bullpen. But that's not an easy thing to ask of a pitcher to do, and Tullio did a fantastic job with that tonight.
And it was a Mystic offense that was able to kind of have a widespread effort offensively yesterday. Tonight, that not really the case. They score the 2 runs early on and then don't score again until the 9th inning because of how strong this Newport pitching staff was.
Yeah, really unbalanced on the scoring part. They got to score, like you said, in that first inning and the last, but got to give credit. And the MVP, if you had to pick one for Mystic, it would have to be Addison Kopak. He had 2 RBIs, a couple doubles, and a single on a game that is in his home state. So he's been heating up for Mystic, and he'll be one player that the Schooners are gonna look for to come through in situations. And another perfect situation is tomorrow, as they get back right in it, back home at the Shipyard against Valley.
Well, Tulio gets the win for Newport, going those 4 shutout innings with the 2 hits and the 2 strikeouts. Joey Ryan, the losing pitcher for Mystic tonight, after going 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Kind of a common theme for Mystic tonight with earned runs and also unearned runs tonight. But Newport comes out on top by a score of 13-4. That'll do it for our Your View coverage tonight. Thanks so much for everyone that made this broadcast possible. For my broadcast partner John Liuzzi for the Mystic Schooners, and my field reporter partner Ryan Medeiros, we'll sign off for Your View and come back with tonight's Player of the Game.
Absolutely, guys. Coming up, we'll be right back with the post-game show. All right, everyone, welcome back to the post-game show here. What a ball game it was. 13-4, the final in a 9-inning game, our first 9-inning game at Cardines Field. How exciting was it to see the stands packed full of fans and to get a full 9-inning game? It's been 2 years since that's happened here at historic Cardines Field, so it was a beautiful thing to see. The offense continued their dominant success. Obviously, they took a little step back on Thursday's game, the away game. But they came back firing on all cylinders in this ball game. 11 hits total in the final. A lot of errors, a lot of walks, plenty of runs coming in. 13 runs in this ball game, just dominant performance. I wanted to name a couple players that you guys should keep an eye on from this game. I think Cal Perillo will ultimately be the player of the game for this one. Dominant performance from him. Let's take a look at his line here. A single in the bottom of the 2nd, a double in the bottom of the 6th, a home run also in the bottom of the 6th. Great inning for him. How about that? And then caps it off with a hit by pitch to finish off the night. 4 times on base for Perillo. The dominant major home run there. 3-run bomb to pad the lead there. The double as well. The first baseman, the slugger. How about a game for him? Have a day, Cal Perillo. Let's look at a couple other guys in this lineup. Peter Cerruto had a fantastic day. A double, a single, a walk for him. 3 times on base for Cerruto. He scored a run as well. 2 runs actually make that. Let's look through here. Cochran on base twice, a couple of runs, RBIs for him. Let's look at, he was also scored 2 runs and had a single as well, so make that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times on base for Sam Cochran as I check through my scorebook here. Fantastic day for Sam Cochran. Zach's going to be down there for your post-game interview coming up, so you guys are going to want to stick around for that. Let's look at the pitching side of things. Kellen Tulio, fantastic performance for him. He earns the win, and a win he deserved. 4 shutout innings out of the bullpen, 2 strikeouts, worked himself out of several jams. A nice double play ball to end 1 inning there for him, and gets out of jams with ground balls all over the place for him. So induced a lot of weak contact despite having some runners on base. The Gulls defense sharpened up a little tonight. An error or 2 for them on the field, so a couple things they can sharpen up on, but nothing like the 5 errors we saw on Wednesday, so a relieving thing there for Gulls fans to see the defense sharpen up a little bit. Liam Levangie came out with a scoreless inning. Obviously a little bit of a shaky time in the 9th inning, but it's a 13-2 ball game. How high is your adrenaline really going to be at that point of the ball game? So a defense for him a little bit there. He looked good in that first inning. How about to start off the game, Blake Mahmood, had a little bit of a rough start to the ball game, had a little shakiness, but gets out of the jam, picking off the runner, stealing from second base, trying to steal third. The runners were running wild on him, so good to rebound there and keep them in check, and ended up being a huge out for them in that first inning to hold the Schooners there. Mahmoud ended up having 2 more shutout innings after that. A good performance by him to rebound, so that'll be something to build on moving forward if you're Mahmoud. Nice look there for the Tulane product. I mean, Mystic had some decent rallies that kind of fizzled out a couple times. They tried to have an approach at the plate in terms of keeping an eye on it, and then they kind of tried to get a little aggressive late in the ball game. They didn't really seem to have a good approach going overall as a team in this ball game, but the Gulls had the same approach that they had in their few dominant performances on the offensive side early in the season. That was keep swinging the bats and swing at good pitches. Having a good approach at the plate is going to be huge for them all season. If they can continue this dominant offensive run, they've got a good chance to be the favorites for the NECBL championship this season, which is a really great thing to see. Looks like Zach's ready to go down in the field, so we'll hand it over to him.
Zach Letson here with tonight's South Coast Health Player of the Game, Cal Caprillo. Cal, your best night is a Newport bar. A single, but then the big story, a double and a 3-run home run in the same inning to polish off Newport's 9-run sixth. What was working well for you out there?
I was just trying to see good pitches in the zone, see pitches a little bit up, and just put a good swing on them, and just follow the same approach that coach has been preaching all season.
Well, this is a quick turnaround for you guys. You see the same team that you saw less than 24 hours ago, and just kind of a tough night for your offense. 4 runs on the board. What a turnaround! What did you guys kind of change just a night later to have so much success?
Not much. Again, last night was just one of those nights where stuff didn't go your way. We, and just tonight we were just resilient, came back, played hard, and again put our best foot forward. Did the best we could.
This is a tight stretch for Newport. 6 games in just a 6-day span. Halfway home with that. How did you continue what's been the Gulls' best offensive night of the season? How do you continue that with the games Saturday, Sunday, and Monday?
Again, just continue to follow the same approach. Work hard and be prepared. And again, good results will happen, I think.
Well, Cal, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
All right, that'll do it for us here for our coverage from Cardines Field. Newport winners tonight by a score of 13-4 over the Mystic Schooners. For tonight, we'd like to thank everyone that made tonight's broadcast possible, from the Mystic Schooners broadcaster John Liuzzi, the field reporter for the Newport Gulls Ryan Medeiros, everyone behind the cameras, Tom Lima in the studio for the Gulls. That'll do it for us tonight. Newport winners 13-4 over the Mystic Schooners. Newport will be right back in action tomorrow against the Ocean State Waves, and our next home broadcast here is Monday night against the Bristol Blues. So that'll do it. Final score for the final time, Newport 13, Mystic 4. That'll do it for us from the City by the Sea.